Hello. How are we all? Hello. Actually, I brought someone in too soon. So there we go. Hello. How you doing, gents? Everyone good?
Well, we're good. Obviously, Kuba has control as well, so there's trouble. No?
Oh, has he now?
You're accusing me of having control?
Yeah.
Shocking.
So if I do this, can you bring him back?
No.
Oh. He doesn't have control. What are you on about?
You
He
could
doesn't
have
know what control is.
You could have played that all night, like Kuba's doing it. He was in the
I'm too canny
Could
for that.
you explain Kuba disappearing and not coming back though?
No.
See. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shelfside Spurs Show here in the rarefied atmosphere of top of the table land. Welcome. Nick, how are you? How's your week been?
Well, as you can see, it is coming near to December. I'm not going to say that word because I'm going to rant about it. And obviously, I'm more dishevelled. I have a lack of a haircut. I haven't had a shave. I've worn this shirt for 2 days and sleeping just behind me because, there's just so much going on. So,
is this part of your drive to grow a winter coat? Is that what's going on?
No, it's Kuba week.
Huh?
It's Kuba week.
It's Kuba week. Kuba week. Obviously, as you couldn't do the hair, I've kind of gone double hairage for you.
Yes,
and you've gone better on the beard because everyone knows I can't grow a beard. So yeah.
Well, if I grow the beard and you grow the hair, and Kuva does Kuva, then on average we're each okay. Yeah,
we're each a Kuva.
Yeah,
between us.
I mean, what I don't know what's going to happen to the balance when we bring our guest in. But yeah, we'll work with that when we get to it. Kuva, how has your week been?
It's been partial.
Excellent.
Very
a sort
partial.
of semi-week.
Little bit more than, but not too much.
Okay,
that's my general feeling of it. It depends. Do you count the week as starting on a Monday or a Sunday, as traditionally you would?
On a Monday.
On a Sunday.
So, see, Sunday's the sort of religious way of starting the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I mean, if I was going to be religious about it, then for me, not personally, but if I did subscribe to that religion that I was born into, then the week would start on a Saturday for me. Or a Friday potentially if we're going by the Sabbath, but obviously
so I could have just said though this week is debatable.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. I mean,
let's go with that then.
Personally, I don't think the week ever starts. I think it's all weekend, or it should be anyway.
Should be the other way around, really, shouldn't it? The weekend should start on Monday and end on Friday, and the working week should start on Saturday and end on Sunday.
Sunday. That's right. Yeah. Here's a little impromptu thing. Actually, what we'll do, we'll bring the guests in. Okay. So I don't know what order to bring them in. Any suggestions, guys?
What about? Well, we can't do it on the level of how much they've been slayed by the YouTube Slayer because one of them hasn't. So that would kind of be obvious.
Who's the YouTube Slayer? I haven't been slayed by the YouTube Slayer.
Well, it's Bo, so I'm sure Bo wouldn't have a bad word to say about you, but she's had many a word to say about Kuva, Ben, Sava, Perchy, Mr. Box Office. So
but see, I always said that Bo was a girl of taste and discretion. So
okay,
wow, that's the way of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so but what order do we bring our guests in on?
I've thought of a novel approach. Perhaps are you aware of the game show Family Fortunes?
Yes, very much so. The
Perhaps
real
if we could bring them on in order of being a possible answer to a family fortunes question.
Okay.
Do we have to think of the answer? Do we have to think of the question first?
No, that's the beauty of it.
Oh, okay. So, okay, yeah, we'll bring them in the order of likelihood of being an answer to a family fortunes question, but we won't say whether it's most likely or least likely.
Absolutely, keep the mystique going at all times.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll work. There you go. So Brian first, then Ben. One of them is either
it's the Brian and it's the cough.
Of the Brian and the cough. So one of them is highly likely to be an answer to a question on family fortunes. One of them is less likely to be the answer to a question on family fortunes. Which is which? You, the audience, can decide. I was going to do an impromptu little poll here, but obviously
I like doing those as well.
I know you do. You're right up with the impromptu polls, aren't you, Coobs? Eh?
I am.
So we'll throw it open to you guys, and then all of you in the chat who, at the end of the show, anyone who contributes to the chat will get a shout out, of course. Would you rather work only Saturday and Sunday and have the rest of the week off, but everyone else works the traditional pattern? So you have to work on weekends, but you get the rest of the week off, while everyone else that you know works the week and has the weekend off. Go, Nick, you're first.
So that would mean that I could laugh at them when I wouldn't be working.
But it would have a very heavy toll on your social life.
Maybe not. It might make my social life better.
That's true. That is possible. Yeah, true.
I don't know. I mean, if you were going to say like it was the other way round, you could do some crazy stuff. If the whole world was working when you weren't, and then you were they were off, it would be a bit odd. But I'm kind of confused by the question, if I'm honest.
Would that include your partner? Would that include your spouse or partner?
Yes.
Okay. And
I have to say, you've also asked this question.
Does it have to be a 9-to-5 job, or can you work night shift?
Oh, Ben.
I'm confused. Let's go any shift you like.
Okay.
So I do have to say that Nick's confused by the question, even though he started before the question come in, saying, wouldn't it be nice that the week was Monday to Friday and the week... So, Nick actually said what the question was before you said it as a question, but now you said it as a question, he's confused.
It's because you didn't say the. The Nick is the confused after
that's true.
The question. You've got to say the.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's all right, Nick. I got you, mate. I wasn't expecting this to be an interrogation either.
No, I know.
Kuva, which would you do? Which would you do?
Less is more. Obviously, work weekends.
Excellent. Yeah. And Brian?
Yeah, I'm sticking with what we've grown up knowing. Only because I've been out of work for so goddamn bloody long. I actually want to work 5 days.
Ben?
I would work the normal time because it means I get to go to Tottenham. Because that would going away from going to Tottenham away from me. So I want to watch some Ange ball. So why would I work when Ange is doing his business?
There you go.
What do you mean by that exactly? Because I do have a very poor.
Because if you're working Saturday, Sunday, you can't
okay.
watch the football.
Yeah.
Depends what you're doing, Ben. This is why I'm confused. It depends what you were doing. If you were working a night shift, you could still go and watch Tottenham at the weekend. If you were a lady of the night, you could still go and watch Tottenham whenever you want. Apart from the night time, you could maybe get business during the night time. So you could go and watch Ange, and then you could be a lady of the night and get business after the game.
Yeah. So just an adaptation to the question.
If someone pays for a lady of the night and it turns up to be me, they'll be very disappointed.
But let's adjust the question.
Let's adjust the question.
Wait a minute. There could surely be some sort of coupon system there, couldn't there?
We'll come to that. We'll come to the coupons in a second, right? Come being the operative word. Ben, would you rather be a prostitute on the weekends or work a regular job during the week?
Work a regular job.
Okay. Brian.
First of all, I have to say it's been a few weeks since I've been on Shelfside Spurs, and I feel that there needs to be some kind of therapy to build you into it and go, right, now you're ready to be released into the wild.
No, we just throw you in.
Just throw me in? What was the question again? What was my scenario?
Would you rather be a prostitute on the weekend, but you get the week off, or work a regular job during the week?
Okay, so I'm a very happily married man, so I'm going to keep it that way and say regular job.
What if you got paid a huge amount of money and Alana didn't care?
Oh. Well, it depends. Yeah, no. All these coulda, woulda, shouldas and different options. No, still work a week.
Okay. I won't ask Kuva because he already is a prostitute on the weekends. Nick.
A fiver's a fiver.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I like taking my shirt off, so I guess it would have to be lady of the night.
Fantastic. I reckon you'd be a proper high class one as well.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Mate,
you'd be like one of those that you've got a call to arrange, allegedly.
Yeah.
Can I just say as well? I don't know if she's been in your, can I just say I don't know if she's been in your chat before, but there's a very, very big supporter of Tottenham on Tour in here called Ren, and I don't know if it's her first time.
It's not her first time. She is not a virgin.
Okay. So then she put it going on. Fair play.
I would like to comment on other things outside of this.
Yeah. Fair
there is someone who I think is new to it, and that's Flight Wayne. So I'm not sure what I'm guessing it's he is thinking at the moment. But I'm sure he'll be fine.
And good old very good friend. Is it Dave Raybold's first time in here as well? Has he been in the comments?
It is Dave, actually. Yeah, Dave's first time. Yeah, that's true. It is.
Big up, my brother.
Of Shelfside, I am not passing judgment on Dave's lady of the nightness.
he didn't say that he was a lady of the night.
But he didn't say that he wasn't either, Kuva.
Also true.
So come on. If people...
Until someone definitively and proactively states that they're not a lady of the night, we assume that they are.
I'm going to say that I'm not. I wouldn't choose it because you stated with at the weekends, and I do not believe you can be in that profession if you have a weekend. I would say a very robust one is probably more. So
absolutely.
Yeah, got to rule it out.
I just twigged what you were saying, Kuva. That's very good.
Who else have we got in the chat apart from the newbies, Dave and Wayne?
So we have the Norman Stanley Fletcher. We have.
I think from now we'll just call him NSF. It's a lot faster.
Okay, the Roy. We have the Lily White Lane. We have the Andrew Gregory. We have the Mark Cousins. We have the Chris Peters. We have the Alan Sibley. We have the Lisa O.
Chica.
We have the Hughes News. We have the Carl Higgins who thought.
Sorry, just quickly. Is that the Carl Higgins?
Yeah. No, it's the Carl, the Higgins.
The Carl the Higgins.
We have the number, the one, the Agambar,
the only
Spurs. I can't think of the rest.
Yeah.
We have the 727 of Stuart.
Yep.
We have the English, the Paddy, the Hartnett.
Yeah.
Yep. He's very English, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Wayne.
We have the Flight, the Wayne. We have the Wren, which out of all of the names, hers sounds plausible.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have the Raybold, and we have.
Stay tuned, Dave. You've got no idea.
None whatsoever.
Boys.
The Phil Coys.
I like Mark Cousins' comment, the one before that.
Well, I mean, you know, that's your personal preference, Mark. You know, lots of others.
Don't you want to end up in the back of a blue Puma?
Yeah. You know, lots of people would. Lots of people would.
There's a lot of space in that, though. It's really practical.
Yeah, it is, and it's got like 2 levels. You know, with the sort of shelf you can put. You can like lift it and lower it. It's quite good. I like it.
Lower it. Are we talking about a shelf, or are we talking about something else?
No, the shelf side.
Okay.
One or t'other. One or t'other.
Just
Take
the
your
tone of the show so far, really.
Yeah.
Now, in a slight change, very quickly, we do need to talk about the buttons. You know, we do have buttons, and we would request that, like Huey Lewis and his Power of Love, show the power of love to the like and subscribe buttons. It will indeed change your life. It will. You know, so get in there, give us some likes, give us some subscribes if you haven't already. We are on the road to 2,000, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, just to go back to last week, and I'm sure if Brian's in the comments, he hasn't come in the comments yesterday, or yesterday, today, this week.
Today.
I don't know what day it is. Anyway, he hasn't come into the comments. But Brian, you made a point about people unsubscribing. Actually, since last week, there have been 8 more subscribers to this channel. So, my friend, fuck you.
Sorry, you keep saying the name Brian, and I'm like, what the fuck have I done? What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Don't act so innocent now.
Yeah. I suggest you go and think about what you did.
What the hell is going? What the hell is going on?
No.
Hi, Brian. Hi.
Can someone please tell me?
I told you to watch the show. I told you to go and watch last week's show.
Oh shit, you did, didn't you? You did, didn't you?
I did.
Basically, in short, Brian.
Brian Reading.
The guy's called Brian as well. Brian Reading came into the chat, and for an hour and a half got absolutely rinsed by us, by the chat. There was fake accounts set up as his ex-wife who was absolutely going in on him. It was a masterpiece. So if you did miss it, go back and watch last week's show. It was.
Oh, I'm so doing that this evening.
It's the funniest hour and a half. Hello, Brian, if you're in the chat. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to unsubscribe now. Probably there'll be more people that unsubscribe." So that didn't really work either, Brian. Like your humour, he was a 60-year-old, a 64-year-old, a millionaire, lives in a manor.
Quantum physicist. Ren was here for that.
Himself to sleep and wanks himself all day because no one else would do it for him. So there you go. That's right. Pretty much Brian in a nutshell. Not Brian Daigle, Brian Reading.
Brian Reading.
He said he was a quantum physicist. Yeah, he said he was a quantum physicist, but his wife left him because they had no chemistry.
Excellent.
So anyway, that was it. And also, we will say, everyone say happy birthday to Ren for next Monday. It's a bit shameless because actually we're still celebrating my birthday, and we got a bit upset last week because everyone started saying it was my birthday this day. But we'll let you, Ren. It's kind of past now. It's been 2 weeks.
But only Ren. Anyone else has got a birthday in the next 7 days?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyone else? We're not interested, all right?
Yeah, I have to say, Ren has VIP status on anything I'm on. If she's there, this woman has VIP status, regardless.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that.
There's no see. It's one of my demands. It's non-negotiable.
We're going to have a slight deviation from the usual format and carry on from where Top Montour left off.
What is this?
This one.
Yeah, I know.
Will you brew pot?
My time.
That's
My-
copyright.
I know. If we had sort of done a pre-show, I would have talked to you about it, but we didn't have the time.
Yeah,
so
I started the
How are you?
counter, then I went, Rez, are you ready? He goes, I have to be. And he goes, I don't think my mic will work. And I was like, oh, shit.
But yes, carrying on with that, because I was watching the pre-show as well. I was watching the pump up as well. So it was an interesting point, and I wanted to get people's thoughts on that one. Will you boo Poch? Discuss.
The yes.
You will boo Poch. Excellent. Kuva?
No, I won't personally. I mean, I'm not going to be at the ground. What would be the point?
Kuva, I've just got visions of Kuva in his watching the game, just going, oh, no one can hear
It's
me.
never stopped you before, Kuva.
No, I've got a soft spot for Pochettino because of the way we were playing football under him. I really enjoyed it. However, for 90 minutes, I shall suspend my admiration and affection for the man because he will be managing the enemy. Yeah. And I'm not going to hold it against him because for him it is just a job. He is he isn't Spurs through and through. He's not born and bred in this country and brought up with the hatred we have for the likes of the Chavs. But so he's just doing a job there, and as soon as he's left that job, which is inevitable at some point, then he will be okay again. He'll be safe again. But at the moment, he's in that Chernobyl sort of area in footballing terms, isn't he? It's you don't really want to be there. It's a little bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
I never described Chernobyl as a little bit dodgy. I described Chernobyl as a fucking disaster area, although that applies to Chelsea as well. So.
It depends. Did you see the wildlife is absolutely thriving there?
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's big cat colonies and things like this. The animals and the plant life are absolutely thriving. It's humans that are the problem.
Yeah, have they got like 8 heads and stuff like that? Is that what's going on?
No, it's not like that. That's okay. Chelsea.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's down the King's Road, isn't it?
So, in a slight flip of that question,
okay,
were you to be at the ground, would you sing for Poch?
Damn right, no.
Not a bloody chance.
Excellent.
I'd like to actually. I'll tell you who I'd like to know whose opinion on this, and that is Mr. Mark Cousins, who's chairman of the Mauricio Pochettino fan club. And I'd like to know what Mark would do because obviously he got the T-shirt out of the loft. He was singing his praises. He wanted him back. But look, I think Brian made a big point, a very big point. I don't know where I was going with that.
And are you talking about me or the Brian from last week?
No. If I was talking about Brian, I'd say that cunt from last week. All right.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So.
Don't you mean the from?
Yeah. The Brian. Yeah, anyway, I'm already confused enough as it is. Yeah. The Brian cunt from last week. Brian, the Daigle from this week, brought up a significant point where he said that people may say now they wouldn't boo him or they might cheer for him or whatever, but the moment they get into the ground and there's the hostility and you're around everyone else, if you're around everyone else and they're all booing and they throw you the eyes or they just give you the nudge and why aren't you singing, why aren't you doing this, then people's emotions take over them. So I think that may happen with a fair few people that may have been not wanting to sing either the way.
Nick, let me just add on to that as well. Well, as I say, it's not even so much the fans giving you. As you know, now we've got the trumpet in there, we've got the drums in there. That south stand, as well as the rest of the stadium, is what we wanted it to be and what we told the white wall of noise would be.
Yeah.
Once you get in there with the added spice and the ingredients that are going into this game, with the drummers doing his bit and the trumpets going, it's infectious. It's infectious. So you may go in there. Like I said, I personally said if I was going there, I would go in there under the assumption that I wasn't going to boo him. I won't clap him. I won't sing for him. But I won't boo him. But I reckon if I was there, and I'm honest to myself, I reckon once I got in there and everything was going, I would be like a pantomime. Everyone gets involved, and I reckon I would be doing one of the loudest. I don't think it's what he's drinking. Wait, Nick, have you got any wine gums with you?
No.
Okay, that's what I was.
This is the thing. As part of making White Hart Lane a real hostile environment for them, wouldn't booing the manager be part of that?
I think it would be.
I think we did a poll. I mean, Ben, what was the split that we had last time?
70-30 was the poll
in favour of him not being booed.
Yeah. Oh. What I would like to ask now that Jim and Kate are here, I would like to ask what their feelings are about Pochettino coming and how they feel they should do with their feelings. So, Kate and Jim, show us your feelings in the chat. It's not working. Why is it not working? There it is. It's working.
I think I'm not speaking for Kate, but I think Kate would say something along the lines, he's a right cretin. Boo the fucker. She'd say something like that. And Jim would be like, who gives a shit, mate? We're winning the league.
Exactly. Anyway, Jim's my favourite. Anyway, I'm just putting it out there.
Well, you also you got to
actually, no, Jim's not my favourite.
You know what you've got to look at as well with this. Forget the beginning of the game. If we go 1-0 down, which I don't think we will do, they're going to turn on him. But if we go 1-0 up, you know they're going to be singing "Poch, what's the score?" or words to that effect.
Yeah.
There's been a brilliant song that I can't remember where it is that's been added about sit to the tune of Wonderland being sung towards him.
Yeah, I showed Rez that song. It's
brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's genius.
On the edge of being
it's genius. There's a certain phrase that needs to be changed, and it can easily be changed, but the actual background and the words that is genius. And I think forget what it's going. We all know what it's kind of going to be like before the game, but go 1-0 up or 1-0 down. A lot's going to be put towards Poch. Everything's going to be.
Why do we have an echo? We have an echo.
Do we? It could have been fireworks outside.
No, it was definitely an echo.
No, there was an echo.
Maybe it's just me.
It looks like it's you, Nick.
Hang on, I'm going to go on mute.
Okay.
Is it Nick?
It can't be you because you're mute now.
What about me? That's me. It's me. What the fuck is it me?
I'm not hearing it.
It's not you, it's me, Brian.
Wait, is it Ben?
Is this where we all say I'm Brian and so is my wife?
I'm Spartacus.
It's Brian.
Right, let me go on mute. Let's do the mute check. I'm gonna go on mute now.
I can't hear an echo. Maybe it's me. Is it me?
It's me, Brian.
No, it's definitely Brian.
Yeah,
I'm not getting an echo. I'm not getting an echo.
It's Rez. I reckon it's Rez. Rez,
it's Rez.
It's Rez. Mute yourself, Rez.
Right.
Is it
Let's
Rez?
speak.
Talk now, Rez.
It's Rez.
Rez! It was Rez all along.
Tough shit.
That was like an EastEnders who done it in about 3 minutes.
It helps having Barry on, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. There's not much we can do about it. We're going to have to soldier on. And I think in that vein, what?
Your echo's gone. Whatever you've done, you've corrected it.
No,
maybe it's just a shit internet connection. My internet connection's been fucking around all day, to be honest. Right in the middle of doing the description for this show, my internet cut out. StreamYard basically kicked me out, and I lost the whole lot.
And now it's fine. So maybe it was just a poor internet connection.
Maybe it was. But in the spirit of soldiering on and moving on and making good things happen.
Making do and mend.
Make do and mend, indeed. I think it is pretty much time for Spurs on this day à la histoire.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yes.
We don't have to ask permission. There's only one show on a Thursday night, and it's this show. So if Sava and his son want to stream, that's up to him. He can do
Yeah.
what he likes. But there's only one show on a Thursday night.
Damn right.
Anyone who streams on a Thursday at this time, and anyone who watches, really needs to examine their priorities.
Yeah.
And look, there's only 107 watching them, so it can't be that good a show, can it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm only joking, by the way,
Yeah.
before everyone starts clipping me and sending it to Savra and Perch and going, look what Barry said.
I'll say it.
All
I'll
right.
say it.
Anyway, Spurs on this
Fuck
day.
off
Wait,
our
wait,
time slot. That's what I'll say.
Wait
Fuck
a
off
minute.
our time slot.
Let's not undervalue the power of this show at the moment. There are 40 people watching at the moment.
That's true.
If you compare that as a percentage of actual subscribers, that's a more powerful showing, isn't it?
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah. And all 40
Pretty
of
much
you,
just my
we love you, including you,
We love
Kate.
you. Big love to
Including
you. Big love to you.
Anyway, where's Bobby K? You keep talking in the chat. You got the link. Where are you? I've seen you in a Batman mask. I've seen you in a Iron Man mask. I've seen you in a mask that Little K designed earlier.
Yeah.
Where's the? We need the fourth mask. That's
You
what
just sounded so Blue Peter with that, Nick. I saw you in a mask that Little K made earlier. You were just so Peter K. Peter K. Blue Peter.
This show is the total opposite of Blue Peter. It's the total opposite.
Yeah.
God.
Unless it's the John Leslie Blue Peter.
That's a different type of blue.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyway.
Spurs on this day, a la histoire. Hopefully, I can get through this without fucking it up, but I probably won't. So we'll just.
Okay. We're here for you. We're here for you, Nick.
In the 2016 Tottenham's Champions League see, look, there you go, straight away done. Champions League hopes are now in real danger.
You didn't even put the banner up.
Oh yeah, I'm reading it. I didn't even put the banner up. Did I? Look. Are now in real danger as they slump to another damaging home defeat by Bayer Leverkusen at Wembley.
Ooh.
Also, another one on this day. On the 2022, Marseille 1, the Tottenham 2. The Pierre-Emile Højbjerg secures the dramatic comeback as the Spurs reach the Champions League, the last 16.
And Rez made a really good pasta with chicken that night.
That's true. I did. That was nice.
And we played Cards Against Humanity. It was really fun.
We did. It was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
Football on this day. Well, this is kind of apt, really. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea recorded back-to-back victories for the second time in their campaign with the 2-1 victory over the Manchester United.
Actually, it's Manchester the United.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Manchester the United. Sorry. And in 1997, Everton 0, Southampton. Southampton beat Everton 2-0 at Goodison Park after both the teams that had the mix start the seasons.
There you go.
And born on this day.
Born on this day.
Born on this day is there are the two of them, the players, the Paul the Butler of the 1972 and
Paul could be the Butler.
1970.
It could be Paul the Butler.
Could be.
Could be Jason the Dodd. I mean, it's
Could
there.
be.
No, that would be Jason the Dodd the second.
Okay, Jason the Dodd, the 1977. Oh no, that's a band, right? No, it's the 1972. Anyway, and managers again this week. There was the managers born on the day of the second.
How is this possible? How is this even bloody possible?
2 weeks running. 2 weeks running. And hang on. I've had a message. Let me see who it's from. It's from the Bobby Kang, and he says, "Going to be in the car if you want me to join for a bit." No, fuck off. If you're in the car, I don't want you. No,
he did say the car.
He did say the car.
Yeah, he did. But no, we don't. If you're in the car, Bobby, you shouldn't be messaging and driving. So keep your eyes on the road and your hands on your cock. All right.
There you go. He's
10
going to
and
join
2.
now.
10 and 2.
He's going to join now. He's going to join
Yeah.
now. So, we had a game on a Friday. The fuck? And that meant that for the first time in living memory, Spurs were incapable of ruining our weekend. Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Wasn't that amazing? Guys, did you watch the match? Were you there? Were you basking in the joy of it? Give us your general thoughts, and then we'll go through some of the players. Starting with Ben.
I was in the car on the way home because I was going to go to Comic Con with yourself and Kimber and Haz on the Saturday. So I came home early from holiday to spend wonderful times at Comic Con. So I watched bits of it, but it was an enjoyable game. I thought from the bits I saw on Sky Go, I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Brian, what were your general thoughts?
So I did get to watch the match, but I didn't get to go to the Scotland Yard because I had the COVID.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was a very good performance and the lads deserved it. And more tests will get thrown our way. And we came through them with flying colours once again.
The flying colours.
The flying
The
of the flying of the colours.
Yeah.
Ben,
That's
get
right.
it right.
The flying of the colours. Yeah.
Kuva, I know that you were there. All this I don't go outside of Dorset is a lie. Okay, we knew you were there. We saw you. How did you find the match?
It was good. I scored the winner.
He did. He did.
Was
Um,
Coover
What did you
there?
think of that?
Was
It,
Coover
it
there?
was the match was the very competitive match. It was a very physically fought match, especially in the first half. Jordan Ayew was causing us all sorts of problems. He was far too strong for Ben Davis. Ben Davis is a solid sort of player, but he's not a powerful player and never has been. So he was getting torn to shreds. He was rightly taken off at half time. Emerson Royale doing what he does, managed to shore it up a bit. He struggled too, but not as badly. So he was the good substitution for the moment.
Substitution.
He was. So I think after we'd managed to get the grips with Ayew, who was single-handedly controlling the right side of the pitch at that point. Well, depending which way you're going, I suppose. Certainly our left flank was being abused. That's all we can say about it. Every attack they were launching seemed to have come down there. And we got to grips with that. And as we have been doing all season, found a way to overcome the problems. It wasn't a classic match by any means. Crystal Palace made it highly competitive throughout. Credit to them because they got they had quite a lot of injuries themselves. But we found that way yet again. When we needed that bit of quality, we had it. And it might have been an own goal to start things off, but when you do get into those positions and you fire it across the edge of the face of the goal very aggressively, these sort of things can happen. You're taught to do that when you play. So overall, it was a solid professional performance,
And we're winning
turned
the league.
into a bit of a nail biter right at the end by Jordan Ayew again with a really outstanding volley. I quite enjoyed that finish, to be honest. But because I'm a masochist, I actually love it when you have to bite your nails for the last 10 minutes and you're not sure if you're going to win it or not. Fantastic. Yeah. So enjoyed every moment of it. And we're still top of the league. So clearly going to win it.
Excellent. Nick, your thoughts?
I mean, look, I thought we controlled the game pretty much from start to finish. I thought the referee had an awful display. VAR had an awful display. Again, shock horror, which we've spoken about. And I just thought it was comfortable. I think I just thought that if Palace, there were times when Romero, Vicario were playing almost like they were the only two players on the pitch. And they just didn't look like they wanted to come forward. So look, there was no protection of the players. I think Ayew and Edouard should have been booked far earlier. The ref left his cards at home, and then in the last 10 minutes decided to start flashing them around like he was, I don't know, in Thailand maybe, trying to flashing them around like Katie Price does allegedly on a weekend.
He's obviously on a bet of some description. There's something going on, some syndicate or something.
I just thought it never felt, the scoreline suggested it was closer than it was. Emerson came on and was was just, there was some no-look passes thrown in, there was some flicks, but he came on and did better than what Ben Davies was doing. And
well, we'll come to individual players.
I thought, look, we, like you say, it felt weird because when I woke up on Saturday morning, it felt like Sunday because we played on the Friday. So it was all a bit strange, but enjoyable, as we were top of the league by 5 points at that stage, and we're still top of the league by 2 points.
Yep.
And obviously the real pressure would be going on to the game on Monday because we could potentially not be top of the league. But yeah, no, look, it's a good result. Another London derby, another away game. It seems like we're just playing loads of away games at the moment, and it's good. All is well. All is good in the hood.
So, who wants to go first with the players?
The ratings of the players.
Yes, who wants to go first?
Well, if we're talking, if we're going in order of the players, then I'll definitely take Vicario.
Okay, so Brian, please analyze the game and give a rating for the Vicario.
For the Big Vic, I am giving him a 15 out of 10.
Okay.
He is absolutely magnificent. Yes, he let a goal in. It was a great finish. I don't care. Larice could have been in that goal. Allison could have been in that goal. When the goal should have stood, like Kuva said, it was an exceptional finish. But once again, he made 2 outstanding saves in the first half.
Yeah.
The reason we went in 0-0 wasn't because we were lucky. It was because of his brilliance at that end of the pitch. Gone are the days where we are concerned, or especially for me, playing out from the back. His passing, his long passing may need a little bit of improvement, but from the back, he just everything. And I was one of the people that went nuts for us signing him, but I'm now one of his biggest fans. I mean, Ren's still in the building, and she's 001 on the Vicario Tottenham on Tour fan club. He's magnificent. He is absolutely. I don't think we could have bought a better goalkeeper, and I'm being deadly serious. Unless you bought an Allison and Edison, I don't think. And then the comments he came out with saying, I would have walked to Tottenham and signed in blood. It's like, that's what I want to hear. And his performances are just getting better and better and better. And for me, I'm actually going to bump him up to a 17 out of 10.
There you go. Any further thoughts, gents, on the Vicario?
I think summed up nicely. He's not only adapting to playing as a sweeper keeper, he's getting better and better each game with it, and better with his feet each game. But he's done the most important thing from the moment he arrived, and that is be a very, very good goalkeeper. He's reliable. The team has confidence in him, and I think the fans do as well now. In previous seasons, we would see somebody with a free shot at goal, perhaps would have crept in. This season, Vicario is making the saves. This is what top goalkeepers do. The likes of Peter Schmeichel didn't make his name by just sitting there with nothing to do. And Vicario's doing the same things. So fair play to him. I think he's exceeding all expectations and looking like one of the best signings we've made in years.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any further thoughts, guys? 4 out of 10. Any further thoughts, guys? Okay, so who's going to go next? Is it going to be you, Ben, or is it going to be you, Kuva? Because that will determine which direction.
Who do you want to talk about most out of Porro or Romero, Ben?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right.
The other person won't get it. Whatever happens, Nick gets Romero. So.
Oh, I see. Okay. Do you want to talk about Van der Ven then?
I think I should go next, and Coover should go again. So Nick gets Ben Davis, and he gets to talk about Emerson Royale.
No, we'll come to that.
Yeah, I like that thinking.
Yes.
Ben, talk to us about the Pedro Porro.
The Pedro de Porro.
Yes.
I thought it was fairly ordinary against Crystal Palace. I thought it wasn't his game at all. He's not hit that. There is something not right with that right-hand side of the pitch. I think the position he's playing is not being suited at the moment because of I don't know if it's tactically. I don't know. He's not getting forward enough because he's having to do a lot of defensive work. So we're not really seeing the best of him at the moment. But I've not seen any of those long sprayed balls as well that he likes to do. Those really long, accurate passes he does in his free kicks. So he was quite ordinary against Crystal Palace. But I don't know if it's because we need a change of system, a change of person in front of him to allow him to go forward. Mm-hmm. But I think it was fairly ordinary. I would give him a 6 out of 10 for his performance. It was average. It was a bit average.
Okay. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, I think out of everybody from the defenders, and we do like to build out from the back, he was the only one that was offering that, I thought. Ben's right in saying that there weren't some of his trademark long raking passes into somebody's path, but the short passing was working. When he did pick out people, it was a penetrative sort of pass. None of the other defenders were doing that. So I think he did okay, but he did, again, when Ayew swapped sides and went over to play on Porro's flank, he struggled against him as well. The goal came from Porro misreading the header when under pressure. So, he had a mixed game, I think. I think when we were talking about attacking-wise, he was quite sound. Little bit of a question mark over some of the defending, but you could say that with a few of them, bar one, during that game.
He wasn't the worst defender by a long shot. But he has not been at his best the last 3 weeks. He's not been allowed to get forward, which I think he's really good at going forward.
Agreed.
What do you ascribe that to, Ben?
I think he's possibly got the wrong person in front of him. But I think if he had a different person in front of him, he'd be in deep trouble. So I think it's a marriage of necessity, him having Kulusevski in front of him, not a marriage of a good marriage. I would prefer if he had a better winger in front of him that could do that more of that work that allows him to overlap and get crosses into the box. But if you put someone like a lot of people have been asking for Brennan Johnson to be in front of him, putting Brennan Johnson in front of Pedro Porro is a recipe for disaster because Porro isn't the greatest defender in the world and Brennan Johnson doesn't track back. So if you put someone like that in front of him instead of Kulusevski, who does track back and does get the ball and hold on to the ball, which is I am not Kulusevski's biggest fan, but one of the things he does really well is hold on to the ball, and he's very difficult to get off the ball, which is possibly why he might need to move into a central position where his talents might be better suited. But we need a better right man, or we do what Nick says: Emerson Royale at right back and Pedro Porro at right wing. So
can I just add one little thing to Porro? The thing I will say about him, and I was very critical about him defensive-wise, very critical at the beginning of the season, but now not at all. Yes, he may have misjudged the time and the flight of the ball for the goal. But last season, when this was happening, like Leicester and other performances, his head just dropped. And he was a shambles at defending. In injury time, he came and made that last-ditch tackle where last season I think his head would have dropped or been very, very rash and given a penalty away. So I agree with Ben that he hasn't been as productive as he has normally been going forward. Yes, players are going to make a defensive... If that had been Dyer that had made that mistake or Ben Davies, everyone would pile it. He made a little error, but then when like Kuva said, those minutes where you're biting your nails, rather than letting his head drop and be nervous, he went in full-blooded and got that challenge in, which could have been critical. he deserves a lot of credit for that.
He does.
Excellent. Nick, you get to speak about the cutie Rezinator.
The cutie, the Romero.
Well, no, the cutie Rezinator.
I'll say it how I say it. Otherwise, it'll just. I know why you've done this, Rez.
Why?
You're a very naughty man that you're making me wax lyrical about Cutie Romero after I called him out last season.
I simply asked who wanted to go first.
No. I know exactly what you're doing, kind sir.
Come on, he's been nominated for player.
I will say that he has been a lot better. He has been a lot calmer with Jan Vertonghen 2.0 next to him. And I actually think that the one thing that I will say is that he was telling people to calm down, which for me is like crazy because we all know how Romero was, right? Telling players to calm down in that first half, being the calm, I can't believe I've even said this, being the person of calmness, and getting them to focus. I do feel, however, that maybe a Mickey van der Ven should have got the nomination for Player of the Month over him because of his goal and the way that Mickey van der Ven has come into this team and forged that partnership and doing it. Also, yeah, see, look, Mia comes in when I'm talking about Romero. She's going to say, blah, 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 blah. So look, he's been fantastic. He's taken on board the leadership role, and long may it continue. Long may we never see the reckless Romero that we saw of last season flying. And actually, I don't think I've seen him fly into a tackle. When I have, he's won the ball and not taken the player out. So it's been so refreshing to see because actually we get to see, obviously the words from Messi and everything else have obviously helped.
The Messi,
the Leonor of the Messi, who kind of probably shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or the other week, but that's a different story. Come on. I mean, he's playing for such a high profile and difficult league. The Miami Lighthouse or whatever the fuck they call themselves. I mean, surely the pinnacle of football. It's right that it goes to Lionel Messi, who probably doesn't even play for 8 months of the fucking year. Yeah, let's give it to Messi. Sorry, carry on. So yeah, but look, for Romero, for me, long may it continue, and I think it's going to be a test on Monday as well. So look, for me, I just want to see him continuing to play the way that he's been playing, and obviously for all the ladies in the chat, they want to see him rip his shirt off. So there you go. There you go. Okay, so Kuva, I believe you're next, aren't you?
I believe so. Mickey van der Ven.
Mickey van der Ven. Did you know he's got a sister?
The Mickey, the Van, the Men.
She's called Vicky van der Men. Sorry, carry on.
Pick any match this season, copy and paste his performance in it. Put it on this one. He's been not only consistent but consistently great. Everything he's doing is fantastic. His recovery pace is blistering. We've all seen that. Everybody's talking about it. He's singled out by opposition fans and players alike now at the start of games. The Crystal Palace fans giving him grief, and this was talked about by several people I've heard. The fact is they're giving him such respect by throwing the hate his way straight away because they know he is going to stop their team. That's the end of it. His partnership with Romero now is blossoming, dare I say it, into something that could eclipse what we had with Jan and Toby, and that was a great pairing. I think the fact that he's got this pace added into it, gives us that touch of Kyle Walker backup recovery base as well. So I think we've got a back two that could do the job of a back three now, and it's fantastic. It means we can push forward more. Other players are able to express themselves a bit more because of it. It's not all coming together up front, and we've talked about this several times this season. But at the back, we have been fantastic, and he is a massive part of that. I'm torn because although Maddison's the exciting player, of course, and creating chances and everything this season, I think in terms of effectiveness, I look at the addition of Van der Ven, the Van, the
Mickey, the Van.
It's not that easy, is it? It's not that easy,
It's even more confusing because I was listening to some music by the earlier. And
yeah.
And,
whenever you mention the, I've got to say, sod you, Matt Johnson, your stupid coffee order you used to make me make you every day. Sod you, mate. I like you, but your coffee order every single day used to piss me off. Now, go ahead.
Why did it piss you off, Ben?
Because
Or do you want to save it? Save it for your rant. Save
For
it
the panel rant.
yeah,
Save it for your rant.
Yeah.
I got
So,
a great one. I got a great one.
I think it's the old adage, Coombs, that strikers win games, defenses win titles. You know,
absolutely.
I think he's probably been the most valuable addition to the squad, along with Vicario, because again, that shores up our defense. You know, I mean,
I'd add a doggy to that. I'd add a doggy to that.
Yeah, and a doggy as well.
Very much the unit. We certainly missed him.
Yeah. A question: is anyone else actually frightened by how fast Van der Ven actually is for a man of that size?
I'll say to you, Rez, I don't even think we've seen him get out of second gear. I have called what you've seen him running as his laboured running for the bus that's about to leave the stop run. I honestly, there's two things. I don't think we have a clue how fast he is or how fast he will be when needed. And secondly, I don't think any of us, and I do mean this, I don't think any of us realise just how good this guy is or how good he is going to be.
Yeah.
You hear people talking about
Young,
John Terry, Ledley King, Tony Adams, these great defenders of the Premier League era that have been at their clubs for a long time. If we keep Mickey Van der Ven for, let's say, the majority of his career, if not all his career, his name is going to be in that bracket. He is going to be right up there. He is like, I got the joy of seeing him 3 times. Fulham, Burnley, the Filth. Yeah. Every single time he was the best player on the pitch. Every single time you give him a test, he beats it. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm probably not the only one. When he went down with his knee and was holding it, and it looked a lot more serious than it was, I would say about, or I won't say percent, but a large chunk of this fan base would have started going, we need a fucking defender, blah, blah, blah. Where the fuck are our defenders? Da, 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 da. Yeah. He is so crucial to this football team. And this he is just a magnificent player. And we needed, again, like we've, tell you what I will say, we like with Vicario this season, I won't say Maddison because we knew what Maddison could do. You look at people like Arsenal and Man U, that when they've lost people like Seaman or Schmeichel or Van der Sar or Lehmann, they've had to go through player after player after player to try and find the right one. Well, we've sorted out the Lloris issue, first time lucky, not even first time lucky, no questions needed, no. And all right, we've needed Mickey Van der Ven to replace Jan. We all know we needed a left-sided defender. And wanted him at Celtic, and got him at Tottenham. Done. There's no, is it going to work or locked? He's just incredible.
Lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels.
Oh, big time. Big time. What a signing. For me, our signing of the season. Mickey Van der Ven, by far.
So, we come to a complex one now, because it's a multifaceted question. You're going to open it for us, Brian, okay? You need to talk to us about Ben the Davis, right?
Okay.
But then you also need to analyze the Emerson the Royale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And additional to your analysis of the Emerson the Royale, you also need to analyze and give a score on a scale of 1 to 15 on just how much like a zebra he looks. Okay.
Which one? Am I up?
The Emerson the Royale.
Right. Okay.
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 So
So
please begin.
we'll start with the Ben of the Davies.
Yeah. No, it's just Ben the Davis.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry.
one of his
My absolute apologies.
The
So
apologies.
Ben the Davies. I've said it before. You realise how much you miss a player when he's not playing. You could clearly see it with Destiny. The style of football we play now on the demands of the left back, Ben Davies just can't do. Can't do. And unfortunately, it showed. It showed in the game. We looked very, very suspect down that side. He looked out of place. That could be either because he's had a knock. That could be because he hasn't had many minutes. Because he's come on a couple of times and done a job. Or it could be he just can't perform to
Someone
the
earlier
expectation.
in the chat said that he was carrying an ankle injury.
Yeah, he's been carrying a knock. He has been carrying a knock. So that could have obviously had a major
He's
part
not
in it.
played.
No, but he picked up when he was on Wales international duty. So I just think it's come to the time where Ben Davies, I think he'll do a better job for us, please God, should this never happen, at left centre back if Van de Ven was out, as opposed to left back. He just can't do left back anymore. Years ago he could, that was his position. And we suffered because of it in the first half.
Yeah.
Then going on to the Sun, if I'm correct.
The Emerson the Royale.
The Emerson Royale.
The Emerson the Royale. He came on and he made a big difference. I've said it, and I'm not just saying it because Nick's here. Nick's heard me on a couple of streams say this today alone. He deserves a lot more respect, and he's come in and played a position that's not his. We know he can't do it offensively, but defensively he offers more. He did it against Fulham and made a couple of really important blocks, and we improved dramatically in that second half. Was it solely down because of Emerson? No. Was it because Emerson shored up that part where Crystal Palace were attacking and having joy? 100% yes. So my rankings, I've got to get this right again. Ben the Davies got a 4 out of 10.
Right.
The
Emerson the Royale.
The Emerson the Royale gets, I'd say for his second half performance, 6, maybe even a 7 out of 10. And his lookalike and resemblance of a zebra is 0.
Out of 15.
Out of 15, 0.
Okay. So you're saying he doesn't look like a zebra at all?
No resemblance whatsoever.
Okay. Thoughts?
I think I must say I think he looks more like a chameleon.
Okay.
If you'd ask me, does he look like a chameleon? Then 15.
Okay. But we are very zebra oriented here on Shelfside Spurs.
And you're very anti-chameleon, aren't you?
We are quite anti-chameleon. You could almost say that we're chameleonist.
Yeah.
You know, we engage in chameleonism.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fair play. Fair play.
Thoughts, gentlefolk, on Ben Davis, the Emerson the Royale, and also the Emerson the Royale's resemblance to a zebra?
Unfortunately, the Ben the Davis is just not
Ben the Davis.
As much as I've got to stick up for the Ben code, he's letting the side down in terms of the Ben club. He's letting us all down. The Bens have done a lot of work to make sure that this club is a really respected group of individuals, and he's letting the side down. So Ben the Davis, either put up and shut up, or leave the Ben club and change your name. It's not good enough. If you have the name Ben, you need to be doing better than this.
Okay, and the Emerson the Royale?
I think he's the best player in the world.
Excellent.
That's 50. That's 50.
And his
That's 50
and
quid.
his resemblance to a zebra. I mean, look, he looks like a zebra.
I don't think he looks like a zebra, to be honest, or zebra.
Okay, that's fine. Any further thoughts, gentlefolk?
I would like to say the Emerson the goat, the Royale. I can see the zebra comparison. He struts like one. He frolics like a zebra in the savannah. I think he's definitely got that to his game. There's a playful sort of power to his game. I'm seeing it. I'm definitely seeing it. And here's the
there is something hypotic about him.
There is. Perhaps on that theme, he could even be hypopotic.
That's it. Absolutely. That's right.
You could say he is the main character.
He's the one.
Main character, because of course zebras have a very flat mouth.
Oh, the main character. Yes. Sorry. MANE. Apologies. Yes. Agreed. I would. Yes, definitely. I think so.
Yeah.
I think the big problem for Ben the Davis is he does have the mobility of Ben the Nevis, which isn't a good thing for football. But, I think he simply cannot fulfil the role that Udogie does. That's all there is to it. It's almost too harsh to judge him, but unfortunately,
can anyone actually do what Destiny does? I mean, I can't think of another left back.
Destiny.
I should go and think of it now.
I wonder who's sharing the screen, by the way.
Yeah.
Me.
So up next, Nick, talk to us. Sorry, Ben, talk to us about Sarman.
He plays for Tottenham Hotspur and he comes from Senegal. I love that man.
The Pape, the Matter, the Star.
That's right.
I really like this guy. When I first saw him last year, I said this kid's got it. The first time I saw him, he's got all the attributes to be a really good player for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and he's showing it. He's got ridiculous work ethic. He is a soldier, and not in a condescending way. He will absolutely graft. He will graft and he will graft and he will graft until he's got no legs left. And he showed it against Crystal Palace. He might not show the best creatively, but if he will always show for the ball, he will always go forward. He does everything for the team. And when we lose him for the African Cup of the Nations, I think it's going to be a worry.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
And your rating for his game against Palace?
I will give him the 7.
The 7.
The
Any
7?
Are
you mad?
You have a different thought, Brian?
Yes, mate, this guy, me and Johnny speak about him a hell of a lot when we do Angel management or whatever.
The Johnny.
Sorry, the Johnny, the Lord of the Flies.
We need to address him by his actual title, Lord of the Flies.
Yes, so I would have given Pape Matasar a 9, and I'm not. I think he was heavily involved in both goals. Heavily involved in both goals. His work rate off the ball is exemplary. It's absolutely staggering. At 20 years old, you hear people saying, "Oh, he's got Vieira traits," and then you hear Torre, and then someone else said to me, I can't remember who it is, and I don't know if they're in the chat, was you could also throw into the mix N'Golo Kante. This kid is 20 years old.
My rating to the 8.
This guy is 20 years old, and people keep saying that his passing needs to improve. His forward passing. He was heavily involved in both the goals, like I said, and the second ball was a wonderful switcher play. But he's been asked to get the ball forward, as all the players have right now. So when we're playing this brand of football now and trying to be adventurous and front forward or front footed, whatever the terminology is, you all know what I'm trying to say.
Front foot forward.
There you go. Thank you, my lawyer. Thank you, your lordship. But you're going to make these passes, you're going to attempt these passes, and they're not all going to come off. But he tries, and I don't think there's another player on the pitch that covers the amount of grass. Maybe Kulu, obviously. But I mean, Papa, at 20 years old, this kid is incredible, and for me, he was incredible on Friday, and I'm giving him a 9.
Excellent.
I'm going to up my rating to the 8.
To 8. Okay, that's good. Nick.
The 8.
Yes.
The 8. On to the Yves Bissouma.
He was very poor. He was on a yellow card away from Chelsea, and that showed in his lack of fight and bite and desire in the game, because he didn't want to get another yellow card and miss Chelsea ultimately. And what the game was crying out for, I hasten to add, I mean, I've got really stitched up here because I've got bloody Romero now that I'm had to wax lyrical about. Now I've got to wax lyrical about Højbjerg. So Ellie will be laughing in front of watching this. Is that Højbjerg came on and was fantastic. It's probably the best game in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt for maybe ever. He came on, he broke up play, he knew what to do, his long balls over the top. So yeah, for me, we all know why Bissouma played that way. However, if he hadn't have done stupid things like get sent off at Luton and do stupid things like that, or argue with referees and show dissent in earlier games, that wouldn't have been an issue, and maybe the game would have gone in a different way. However, what we'll find is, and this is what we kind of with all of them, is the substitutions that Ange made for the first time this season had an impact, a positive impact rather than a negative impact. So for me, if you're giving, Ben was giving Sarr an 8, I would say that actually Højbjerg should have got an 8 and Sarr should have got a 9, like the Brian, not the Brian Reading from last week, the Brian of the Daigle gave him. Because actually, although he was only on the pitch for 64 minutes, he was fantastic in that midfield with Mr. Sarr, or whatever, 30 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. So this is the question.
Some minutes he was on the pitch for, right?
This is a key question here, right? Now, a lot of people were saying, I remember saying to Kim when we saw the lineups, we worried about Bissouma picking up a yellow card. Sorry, actually, am I getting it right way around? Yeah. We're worried about him picking up a yellow card and then potentially being suspended for Chelsea.
Yeah.
But isn't there a greater danger that, let's say, he gets through the next couple of games and then picks up a yellow card against Wolves and so is suspended for Villa? Because right now, don't Villa look like a harder prospect than Chelsea?
100%. There is absolutely no way that Bissouma is not booked. Bissouma is the reckless Romero of Ange's team this year, where he just goes and gets booked. And I think what we also need to remember is we need to stay in the here and now. There's no point thinking
the here, the now.
The here, the now, because there's no point of the thinking that the focus of the game should be on what's happening in 2 games' time, 3 games' time, 4 games' time, because then, he's going to get suspended at some point. So there's no point sitting there and going, it's not like when it was, when it was towards the end of the, whenever it was, and we were like, oh, Romero's going to get booked, he misses Arsenal. Well, he turned out to be injured anyway. So it was in that North London derby. And so I think we just need to realise that he's going to get to 5. The important thing is that he doesn't go to 10 very quickly, and then we see what happens. But what we've got is we've got people coming in now, like I said earlier, that are having a positive impact. Emerson came on, had a positive impact. Højbjerg came on, so it's almost like, whereas before we didn't have players that, players were safe. When Doherty went and there was no one on that right-hand side, Emerson knew he was going to play, right? As soon as there was wind that Porro was potentially coming in, he upped his game. As soon as there's players now that are there that are challenging for positions, everyone, when they get the opportunity, they're taking it. So, look, I would say, look, there's no Pedro Neto at Wolves. I would like Basuma to go and get a yellow card, but actually get a proper yellow card, not a fake yellow card. And and obviously then don't go and dive and get himself sent off, so he's still on 4. And I just think that we're just, it's going to happen at some point, and the sooner we get it out of the way, the better, and then we can focus on the next game and the next game. Like Ben said, one game at a time. Let's not worry about the Wolves game or the Villa game or the City game or the Newcastle game, because realistically, let's get him booked against Chelsea. And if he needs to, and if we are winning 2 or 3-0 and he's still on the pitch and he's not got a yellow card, go and get yourself a yellow card, son.
Well, quick question there, Barry. How is it taking it on?
One sec. Antonio, I think he means in terms of making the team stronger rather than weaker, because the substitutions have generally meant that we've had a drop off in quality, like taking Maddison off, taking Sonny off, that the players that come on for them are generally considered not to be quite as good as them. Not the impact of the substitutions, but the quality rather than the actual impact. Yeah. Right. Sorry, Kuba, you were saying.
I was just going to dig Barry out a little bit because it's fun.
Do.
Firstly, you say you're taking it one game at a time, but then you were talking about being worried about the Villa game.
I'm not worried about the Villa game.
Well, you said you were.
No, Rez said he was worried about the Villa game.
All right, okay, fair enough.
So I'll dig you back into that. Dig yourself another hole. Back
Kuba, you're on mute. Kuva's on mute. Nick, dig Kuva out. You got 15 seconds.
I couldn't possibly dig Kuva out. I'll leave that to the YouTube Slayer.
Okay. Right, Nick, you're on mute. Kuva, dig Nick back.
I've got to. Talking about Basuma, I think it's not to do with him playing within himself. I think the Crystal Palace tactic was to put Will Hughes on him to mark him. And you're going to do that. We have to find a different way of playing, because they identified him quite rightly as being our usual source of moving the ball out from the back of the defence.
So look at the stats, Cooper. 95% pass accuracy.
Yeah, there you go. But the pleasing bit for me was that even though they did that, as somebody said earlier in the show, we are finding ways to deal with it. What happened was Papa Mate Sarr stepped up to become that role that Basuma was doing. And all our possession play was going through him. He was raining out the passes. He was going box to box. He was powering past players. I thought it was an absolutely outstanding performance from him, best of the season. And for me, he was our best player against Palace. Could say Van der Ven. I wouldn't argue with that. Could even say Vicario. Good shouts as well. But Mate Sarr was absolutely outstanding for me. I think he deserves tons of credit for it. And would he have had that performance if Basuma wasn't marked out of it? Possibly not.
I think what you've got right on that as well, just very, very quickly, is when we had Conte and we were getting to the Champions League, that run, Romero was one yellow booking away for about 6-7 games that we had to make sure he did not pick up a yellow card. And he did that, but then obviously he got his injury, and then Sanchez came in. I think what we got to look at is a lot of yellow cards Basuma's been picked up are the stupid holding back a player when they've turned him. And I think Ange Postecoglou must have said to him, look, stop doing it. If the player gets past you, the player gets past you. We've got enough strength here now. And like Ben said, his stats were actually very good for that 64 minutes. He just had to make sure he did not pick up a yellow card but could impact the game. And he did it. So listen, I don't doubt he's going to pick up a yellow card in the next few games or whatever. I'm more worried about him picking up the one before we play Manchester City.
Yeah,
that's the one where he needs to be there for. And with Pierre doing what Pierre's doing, we're lucky right now that should Bissouma pick up that yellow card, there is quality there now. There is genuine quality to come and go, right, you come in and do a job. Just like Nick rightly said, Højbjerg came on and had an impact more offensively than Bissouma did in this game.
Yeah, I think with the pulling other players back as well. Just for me personally, obviously I'm disappointed when they do it, but I kind of understand it at the same time, because certainly when I was playing, if a player gets past you, your first reaction is, "I'm not having that. I'm going to grab up your shirt," or it's just an instinctive reaction. And I think players that manage to avoid. Sorry, Ben.
Coover went full Graham Robertson, would just snap them. And when they were in a million bits on the floor, he'd go up to their face and be, "Have it."
No, I was never a dirty player. I was just crap. That was it.
No, you're expressive.
No, you weren't crap. You were robust.
Yes.
Yes.
Robust.
It was my Saturday evening job.
That's right.
Yes.
So, on to you, Kuba, now. Talk to us, first of all, about Kulusevski, and then the long-awaited return for many reasons. Some of them related to play, some of them just so I can go, Rodrigo Bentancur. Talk to us about Kulu and the return.
Kulusevski.
This is a difficult one, because although I've been defending him all season and saying he may not be doing the job that fans want to see from him, and taking people on and being exciting and creating lots of chances, scoring goals. Of course, we'd all love to see that. He has had that positive role for the team, and that is being an outlet ball for the defenders when they're under pressure and hanging on to it at times. He's playing more like a defensive right midfielder than he is as a winger. That's the problem. Now, that's fine when he wants to cut inside as well, as he always is accused of doing. Well, as he does, it's quite clear. That's fine as long as Porro is out overlapping him, but it's not happening. So it was really puzzling for me whether that's a choice by Kulusevski to do that, or whether it's by design. And actually, it's Porro that's at fault for not getting up there in support. But we've all seen Porro tucking in as that inverted wing back into the midfield that's so popular at the moment. So we're playing two different systems by the looks of it on the right flank. It's not working properly, and I can't really explain why we're doing it. It's just all the focus seems to be on Kulusevski at the moment. Is it a confidence thing? Is it he just simply cannot take players on anymore? I don't know. But I would say, sorry, I'll just finish off this segment about him, because I would say against Palace, all of those attributes I was crediting him with in the other games, he didn't even really seem to manage that against Palace. I thought it was very disappointing. I think the work rate was there, but the ability to hold the ball wasn't. The winning the ball back wasn't happening very often. I mean, like I said earlier, Jordan Ayew for me was running riot at times. And when he swapped over to, when he was swapping sides between the flanks, when he was on Kulusevski's side of the pitch, same thing. He was just going past them easily. I thought he was completely off his game.
This is the other thing that I'm thinking about as well. In sort of to add to that, he doesn't seem to want to strike at goal either. How many times there was one where it was like, just put your foot through it. The goal was there and he passed, and the chance fizzled out as well. I mean, I think you're right. There's something not quite Kulusevski about Kulusevski at the moment, it seems.
Yeah, it's not the player we bought, is it? He was completely different.
No. But what about the cameo by the returning Bentancur?
Bentancur, it literally didn't matter what he did. It was just the fact he got on the pitch. That's all that really mattered. It's a really good sign. If he's clearly fit enough to be on the bench for match days, that is a massive, massive positive for us. That means on those games where we are missing a Bissouma or a Matassar, we have got quality to come on. All we can do now is hope that we can just hope that he quickly recovers that form that he had before he got injured, because he was one of our best players at that point.
Yeah.
Can I just very quickly add to Benton? What I want to add to Bentancur, nothing about his performance. You've got to look at it, and in this instance, we're all big enough to bash the medical team and say, "Oh, the injuries are you say 1 week it's this." I think for this time alone, and it's a good sign, it needs to be repeated a lot more. We have to give the medical team their props, because if you heard in the build up to it, Ange kept saying he's been knocking on the door for weeks, wanting to be where he is now, and the medical team have come in and went, nope, not happening. And Ange has listened to them. So listen, I'm one of the heaviest criticisers of the medical team, and they still got a hell of a long way to go before I can say, do you know what, our medical team are now doing bits. But if we're going to call out people for things that they do badly, we then have to say, do you know what, fair play, you have done something right. And it looks like he's come back a month ahead of schedule. All right, like Cooper said, it's just bit parts here and there. And thankfully, we're in a position where we have the luxury to ease him in. There's the three that's playing. You've got Højbjerg. There is no immediate rush like normal to go, off you go, Bentancur, away you go.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to give the medical team their props, just for monitoring him and getting him back to where he is.
Agreed.
I've got one more thing to add on Kulusevski. I heard this from somebody who was at one of the more unusual sound options for watching the match. You don't always have to go with the standard commentary. You can get all sorts of wonderful things if you're on the right channel.
You had the Mongolian commentary.
He was picking up a stream where you could hear the Palace bench, and he said, I've forgotten the bloke's name, assistant manager. Is it Lewington or something like that? Anyway, Ray Lewington, that's him. You could hear him every time Kulusevski got the ball. You could hear him shouting left foot. They knew, everybody knew, and it's clearly an instruction to the players. That's what he's going to do. I think eventually Kulusevski kind of worked out that they were onto him there, but he really didn't have a good game. I've defended him rest of the season, but this was not a good game for him.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, Brian, you get, and you knew when you said you would go first for Vicario, you knew it worked this way, didn't you? You get James Maddison.
No, James.
No, I mean, I would have chimed in no matter who got it afterwards. Listen, I think, again, so let's go back to the Fulham game when he did his interview after the game. And he was asked the question, you seem to do a lot of your stuff in this game from deeper. Is that something Ange just told you? And he turned around and said, no, Ange doesn't care what we do as long as there's a structure. And if I drop deep, see that I'm on the left, Destiny goes forward and makes that replacement for me up there. And you could see in the first half that not because of Ben Davies, but because we didn't have Destiny, he was fine. He had moments, but it wasn't his normal buzzing around, having a huge impact. But then come the second half, James Maddison does what James Maddison does. Again, I mean, the first goal, the own goal, he just did what we just smashed the ball into the area and hoped someone got a foot on it. They did. His link-up play with Brennan Johnson for the second goal is just brilliant. And you've just got to look at his game away. He's been involved in he's had an involvement in every away game, whether it's a goal or an assist. I loved it when we signed him. I wanted Eze more, I'm not going to lie, because I thought he offered more bringing the ball forward and pace and power. And I didn't know James Maddison could bring the ball forward with the ball at his feet. There was worries about his temperament. And I just didn't know how great he is. And his influence is what's got to me that strikes out the most. The influence he's having on the players around him is magnificent. We used to think Gareth Bale was born to play for Spurs. I don't think it'll be long before they start thinking that about Maddison. He is the embodiment of what Tottenham Hotspur want to achieve and be as a football team. And it was another brilliant performance from him. Brilliant.
And Brian Hill.
Brian Hill, do you know what? It's good to. Again, I think we talk about this. I think this. We keep saying, yeah, under Angie. He hasn't had a fair crack of the whip. I think he's been here 3 years now. It's been very bit part here on the bench. Might get a game here, might get a game there. It's another option. Listen, there could be an option at one point that Johnson goes to the right and we drop Richarlison and put Hill on the left. It's time. We've got the quality there. I think Brian Hill could do something for us. And again, like Cooper said about Bentancur, not to the standard of Bentancur and our happiness. It's just good to see another player back from injury, and it's another option. Should a question come our way, there is another answer to a possible question.
Excellent. Okay. Any thoughts, guys?
I love this player. I don't think I've fallen in love with a player like this that's come into the team so quickly in a long, long time. He just gets it. He just gets Tottenham. He is absolutely fantastic. Everything about him is just class. Everything.
Sorry, Ben, I just wanted to know, Rez, can you introduce us to our sock your imaginary friend there, the sock
arm
puppet?
of Kim. It's the arm of Kim.
That was. There she is. Back Kim back.
Hi guys. I've been out drinking
again.
Hey.
Okay. Love you all.
Yeah.
Love you, Kimber.
Love you
It's
too,
been a long
Kimber.
time since I went out for a drink with Kim. We need to sort that out. But James
That's
Maddison,
true.
what a guy.
Sorry, guys.
No, you can't do that on the stream, Kim. You can't do that on the stream.
We could. Should we do that on stream?
No.
Okay. Sorry, carry on.
Everything about James Maddison screams Tottenham Hotspur. As Brian, he is just brilliant. He is just absolutely brilliant. And long may it continue. Give him a 20-year contract, as I always say. I love him. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a brilliant co-captain. He's a brilliant footballer. And I think he's going to be central to what we want to do in the next coming years. And I think he's in the right place at the right time. And he's really matured over the last year. And I think he's brilliant.
Okay, before you go on, sorry guys, I'm going to need to go. Ilana's just finished work and it's now my time to go chill with the wife. Next week when it's 5 hours difference, I've got a lot longer to spend with you. But I'm going to go chill with the wifey. So guys, I will see you all later. Love you all loads. Everyone, oh, look at that, Nick. Thank you. Are they happy balloons because I'm leaving? So yeah, guys, everyone on the panel, love. Everyone in the chat, love. And as always, Levy out.
Be up, Brian.
Yeah.
And then there were 4.
Yeah.
So, Nick. Sorry, Ben. It was you next.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Richarlison.
The Richarlison.
And Johnson. The Richard the Leatherson.
He's just not good enough, is he?
No.
He's not good enough. He works his ass off. He works. He's got the right ethic, but he's just crap. He's not Eric Dyer crap, but he's not. He's not good enough.
It would be hard to be Eric Dyer crap. It would be very hard.
He's just not good enough. He does a few decent things, but as I said earlier on Time Added on Alan's show, The Mustard Wall, he is good when he's got less than 2 seconds to think. The moment you give him some time to think, he treads over his own feet. He needs to be playing in a system that gets the ball wide and whips the ball in, it hits his head and it goes in. He's not a Tottenham Hotspur footballer. He's just not. He works his ass off. He works and he works and he works. He's got that mentality, but he's not good enough. And Johnson came on and he was very good. Showed a lot of pace, showed a lot of character. Brilliant involvement for the second goal. And I like Johnson and I would play him in the next game against the Scumbags.
I was saying that about the Palace game.
Yep.
I played him.
But I like Johnson. I think Johnson could be a very decent player for us. Is he the solution? Possibly not. It's an expensive throw money at it for a solution, but I don't know. I'm still not happy with that left-hand side yet. I'm not happy with it.
Yeah. But, I mean, is Ange going to stick with him, do you think? Or is it coming to the time where...
I think he will, because I think what Richarlison does, because of his work ethic, I think he will tire his fullback out because of his physicality. And then later in the game, he will bring on a Brennan Johnson, who is a speed demon. And that will be a very
against a tired defence. Yeah.
Tired legs. I think Brennan Johnson could be a very decent player.
Yeah.
Could have a point there.
What do you guys? What are your thoughts on Richarlison, Nick, Kuva? Also, I mean, what's the solution? What's the next step? How do we solve this problem?
For me, not that I was asked, but Richarlison, his cutting edge is lacking. But what I find most disappointing about him is he's very weak in the challenge, and I just wish he was a bit tougher. You know, it's all right working your ass off, which he does, and he is good at that. But I just wish he'd be a bit like tougher, and like he seems to fanny out of the challenges. Sorry for my language, but
yeah.
What language?
Outside Spurs show, Kimber. There's no. We say the C word all the time.
Yeah.
You know what?
Testicles.
There you go. See, just getting into the spirit.
Yeah,
that's what I like. Do you know what? We haven't dropped a C bomb all show.
Why not?
Yeah, we have. I have.
Yeah, Nick has.
When?
When I was talking about that cunt Brian Reading from last week.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's true. You did. Sorry.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian. You cunt. Any thoughts, guys? Sorry, thoughts on Richie? I mean, what is? You fucking cunt. You cunt. What do we do? What? How do we solve this? How do we fix that weak part of the squad, the team, the way we're playing? I mean, what's the solution?
The solution is to get another. The solution is to get another left winger, because obviously the problem with Perisic being injured and Solomon being injured, it's meant that maybe Brennan Johnson has to go on that left-hand side, when maybe he would have been right-hand side as competition and to push Kulusevski on. So, yeah, I mean, what's the solution? That's probably the solution. But Richarlison, I mean, he's worse than worseness. I cannot, maybe he needs, maybe he starts on Monday and scores a hat-trick. You never know, right? Stranger things have happened. But I think, he needs a goal. He needs some confidence, but he's just not good enough. This
is the question. Is it form or is it class that's missing with him? That's the key. Is it that he just, I mean, I know you've said it, guys. Is it that he really doesn't have the requisite skill, or is it that he doesn't have enough confidence right now to express himself?
For me, he's just lacking skill. You look through his Everton career, and when he was at Watford as well, he was never a great player. He's an awkward player. I think the thing he can bring to a team is chaos, because I don't think he knows what's going to happen when the ball comes to him. I'd say when Ben says he shouldn't have time to think, that's where it goes wrong. I think sometimes that's his own doing. He tries to do things instantly. He tries a one-touch flick rather than controlling it and things. Trouble is, when he does try and control it quite often bounces 6 or 7 yards away from him. He's just a bad footballer. That's all there is to it. Can he be chaotic and score a few goals? Darwin Núñez has been making a career out of doing those things. There's something about him. I think what it is that the only thing that keeps me thinking, I'll give him see what we can do off the subs bench or something, is I like watching that pigeon dance. I like his character. I like his personality. I like his honesty when he's talking about things, and that it just he puts in that shift. He's not always great, but he's there. It's kind of I feel a little bit sorry for him, but at the end of the day, Ben's absolutely right when he just says he is not a Spurs player. This isn't.
Is it similar to a John Joe Shelby at Liverpool situation? That's just not his level.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, that's fair enough.
The fact is, he hasn't even reached the peaks of his Everton career, and they weren't really much of a peak, were they?
Didn't get more than 13 goals in a season for Everton, and that's when he was the main man.
Yeah. However, right for now, this season, we do need him when he comes onto the pitch. If we've got injury problems, we need him to be jumping onto that pitch and offering something. And if it is chaos and we do get a goal out of it, great. If not, at least put the work in, and he does that. I'll give him that much.
Is it more a case of he'd probably, for us, be more effective if he's being brought on to change things, to inject something that isn't there, rather than being part of what we base our game on?
I'd bring him on as a sub, to be honest, instead of starting him, because he's last throw of the dice, isn't he? He's nothing else is working. Just throw on Richarlison and see what happens. You never know.
Yeah, and that's what happened against Sheffield United, and he scored a goal and assisted a goal. So he's had more of an impact as a sub than he has starting.
Geordie, I personally, I don't actually have any issue with John Joe Shelby. I actually think that Shelby was one of the best passers of his generation, to be honest. He could pass the ball. The problem is he couldn't do much of anything else. And so I think for him, Liverpool was probably just beyond his level. At the time that Newcastle signed him, he was their level. Obviously, they've now moved on, and obviously Shelby's not there anymore. But at the time,
exactly. Look at the Newcastle midfield now. That's what's wrong with Shelby.
Bruno Guimaraes. Look at.
But I've got nothing against John Joe Shelby at all. I actually think he was a great passer of the ball, but wasn't very much. He wasn't terrible. He just wasn't good at much else.
Hashtag Rez versus Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby out. Yeah, no.
Rez versus Shelby.
Yes. We're all Shelby. It's because he named himself after our show without paying us any royalties. Right?
Yeah,
we were called Shelby Spurs Show. Then he comes along, right? And we had to change our name.
I'll tell you another thing. He better not be out there on some other stream at this time of night.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. Anyway, and we finally come to the Son, the Hyung, the Min.
Yeah. The Son, the Hyung, the Min.
It's free for all on this one, guys. Anyone can start, talk, say what you like, analyze, score, rate, etc.
So normally,
10 out of 10. I love the man beyond belief, and what a goal!
Yeah, I mean, all I'm going to say is, up until that point, he was anonymous, but it just goes to show his class that he can just be in the right place at the right time with a wondrous finish.
Sorry, Kim's wrestled control of the mouse, so
that's more like it. Yeah,
euphemism if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, she's doing a Richarlison with the comments, basically causing chaos. See,
I was going to say
chaos personified. Are you not
got more of a smile on your face, Rez? Since Kim got control of the mouse, the smile on your face has got bigger.
Carry on.
It's good to have your mouse fondled by a woman, isn't it?
Yeah,
of course, always. She's manipulating.
Nibbled on is quite good as well.
Look, man, no head.
That's how good she is.
Yeah.
Carry on, Sonny.
10.
Oh, Ben's just left in protest, I think.
I'm going to join him. Actually, I'm going to join him. I'll join him.
There you go. Kim's just left in protest.
Oh. Is that the? Shall we all leave?
I think we should both leave in protest as well.
Okay, yeah.
2 Emerson Royales at the top and 2 Barrys and 2 babies.
I don't know. I mean, do you know what? Do you know who really gets on my nerves the most?
Who?
The chat. The people in the chat.
Oh God,
You know?
yeah.
It's a good job. It's a good job they can't. You know, we've muted our mics and they can't hear us.
Yeah, that
They're
Bobby
terrible.
K.
No, they can't hear us.
Bobby
They can't
K.
hear us.
Prick, isn't he?
I know Bobby K is the worst of the lot. Right?
Yeah.
He says he's going to come on. Then he says, "Do you want me to come on?" Then we say, "Don't come on," and he wants to come on. Then when we say, "All right, come on," he doesn't come on.
Yeah. What's the hell? And he's not even wearing one of those funny masks.
I know. He's
I
also,
just
do
like,
you know what else is worse? Do you know what else is bad? No, we can't talk about. Hello.
Hi, look,
Hi.
look, 2 fingers.
Yeah, Kim's sticking up 2 fingers to everyone. Look.
Why are you the wrong way round?
Who's
Oh,
the wrong way
okay,
around?
Anyway,
there was a
Sonny.
disturbance in the force.
before I die of old age, talk about Sonny.
10.
Wait,
Move on.
114
Is
out of 10.
There we go.
he's become the old school Gary Lineker-esque goal poacher. As Gary Lineker talks about this when playing internationals, sometimes you only have one chance, you got to take it. That's what he did, and he took it superbly well. He's going to have to keep making. He's going to have to keep making the runs he does and hope the ball arrives at him more often. They'll get amongst the goals, but let's face it, Palace actually defended pretty well through that game.
Yeah, they were very good.
Snuffed out Sonny for big parts of it. We were looking very devoid of any threat for an hour. It's only in that last half an hour when the likes of Maddison suddenly came alive and the chances came. So yeah, he did exactly what he had to do. If you're a striker, no matter what else is happening in the game, no matter how much you're struggling with other parts of the game, stick the ball in the net. That's what he's there. That's what he's there for. And yet again came up trumps. How many is that he's got this season? It's about 218, isn't it? Oh,
yeah,
I forgot to carry the 3. Yeah.
Oh, look who's turned up.
Oh, you're late.
Yeah.
Are you guys done with this football chat shit?
Yeah.
Maybe we're not. Who knows?
Let me know when you are.
Have you been watching? Have you been watching? Have you been listening?
I'm leaving in protest.
Obviously, I just listen to you.
I'm going to leave in protest. I'm going to leave in protest. Hoover, leave in protest. Leave in
I said I was
protest.
going to come on.
What's he wearing? What's he look like? Hey guys, we're in the back room now. What's he look like? That fucking yellow jacket on. What the fuck is
He
that?
looks like he's joined the Coast Guard.
Wearing yellow, you miserable shit.
He looks ridiculous.
Fucking winter here.
Yeah, what a fuck! What a dick! Well, you look
Hold on,
ridiculous.
I'm helping the kids cross the street from
Winter.
school. Guys, hold
I
on. I'm doing my lollipop lady duties. I have to help the kids.
I thought Americans like you could take the cold.
Yeah, you little bastards. Don't worry. The light's red. It's okay. Go. Go stop. It's okay. Go.
Here we go. We've got a live traffic update from Canada.
I had to help the kids cross the road.
If I wasn't seeing Kim tomorrow, I would be very mad.
It's true.
The only reason I joined now is because I saw Kim on now, and I just got disappointing news from inside. Poor Jay was supposed to get his braces taken off last visit. Now they scheduled him this visit, and they just told him it's not happening. He's got to make another appointment.
Kidding.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah.
Why?
Something about they have to be tightened, I guess, or so. I don't know. I don't ask the guy. He's old
That's
enough. I said it inside.
That's why Little K's my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, mine
Well,
too.
because
but-
Big K couldn't get his braces taken off.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh.
No.
It might not be a very good reason to you, but it is still a reason.
It's a valid one. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Certainly a reason.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Valid reason
Anyway,
is a valid
Let's go to
reason.
the game. Any final thoughts on the game, guys? Anything you want to talk about? While Kim does weird things with her chocolate finger. That sounded wrong.
Yeah.
I do it too.
I think overall, I'd like to say you've got to give Crystal Palace some credit for being incredibly difficult to play against. This is what Roy Hodgson has done all his career with teams, and it was no surprise to see we struggled as well. We're not the only ones this season that struggled to break them down.
That's true.
They've been a very tricksy side for quite a while.
Well, under Vieira, it was a different type of tricksy, I would say.
Yeah,
They did try.
physical.
Yeah, they tried to play But with Hodgson, you're right. It is all about it's every little margin that he can calculate. He'll use. That's the type of manager he's always been, I think. So yeah.
And I particularly like the comment from Mark Hudson saying Banana Man has let himself go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bill has put it better.
Well, Bill, I've heard about all this flooding in England. I figured since I'm coming on a show that's based out of the UK, I better protect myself.
Yeah.
So what's next?
There's two things left.
Oh.
Okay. What am I ranting about?
I don't know.
What can I rant about?
I know Nick has a rant.
I've got a rant. I've got a rant. Rez, if you don't have a rant, we can just leave it to panel rants. It's fine.
Yeah, but you guys go first, and I'll think about something to rant about.
Well, Ben, I'll let you go first because I'll save me till last because I think mine's going to be explosive.
Well, earlier, Kuva said about listening to a group called The. And if anyone knows the history of the cough, I used to work at 194 Shoreditch High Street in Shoreditch. And across the road used to be the head office of the man behind The, a man called Matt Johnson. And he used to come to my coffee shop every day. And I hate his coffee order. In the winters, he would order a decaf oat flat white every single a decaf oat flat white. He'd have that every day. And in the summer, he would have a decaf iced oat flat white. And for a man that supposedly knows a lot about music, which he doesn't, he has a terrible coffee order. And what's even worse in the matter is he owns the building across the road from me. He used to, because we don't have that coffee shop anymore, unfortunately. So he owns that property. When he bought that building from the Bard family, who are a close good family of ours, there used to be a really nice coffee shop there, a coffee house that had been there for 20 years, had been there. And the first thing he did was he kicked that coffee shop out and he put Pret-a-Manger in. Which is really funny because he's one of these lightweight people that always preach about small business. But the first thing he did when he bought his building was he kicked out a small business and he put in the biggest name brand in London at the moment, which is
you told us about this. Yeah.
But then he visits me, another small business, and then rants to me constantly how much he loves small business and it's all about the man against the authorities and the establishment and how the establishment must fall and how they're all evil, which is probably true, to be honest.
Yeah,
but why would you do that? But then
he talks the talk, but doesn't walk the walk.
Kick out small business, put Pret-a-Manger in, come to me, and then make me have to make a fucking decaf oat fucking flat white extra hot. It's fucking gross.
No, just hold on.
Small business.
Hold on.
Small winky.
Just for the fact that it's decaf and oat milk.
Yeah,
right.
And extra hot. And extra hot.
I'll come to that. He deserves shooting.
Yes.
Right? The only reason I bought decaf the other day was for medical reasons.
True.
Yeah,
right?
It's true.
Wait,
Because
wait.
I made a tiramisu for Arthur. Hold on. I made a tiramisu for Arthur, who I hope is watching, but probably isn't.
Probably isn't.
But Arthur can't have caffeine, so I had to make a tiramisu. It needed coffee, so I had to do it with decaf. Right?
It's true.
Wait, this is going to be my first argument I have with Rez. So,
Listen.
Wait, so you bought decaf, Rez?
Yeah.
And it wasn't coffee company decaf?
No.
Hang your head in shame, sir.
Yeah, I'm leaving on that. I'm leaving on that note, Ben. Not only is Matt Johnson a cunt, Rez is getting there with that purchase of non-coffee company.
What do you mean getting there? Getting there? I'm already a cunt. Fuck off. No. The only reason, and I'll get Bobby K's thoughts on this in a moment. I will in a minute. Yeah. I bought decaf only because I couldn't get to the coffee company to purchase decaf.
Why? Your
Otherwise,
legs don't work.
Yeah.
Your legs
You
not
are
work, Rez.
stealing my
Exactly.
timber away from me. I
Yeah.
You were in the Lake District, Ben.
You
Right.
are the problem, Rez. You're the problem, Rez.
Yeah, you could have come before I went.
Yeah,
Bobby
you
K.
knew when he was going. You knew when
Bobby
you had
K.
to make that tiramisu.
Yeah,
Come on,
well,
Rez.
I'm
Don't
going
do that.
to
Don't try and make
appeal.
there's a problem.
I'm going to appeal to authority here because he's wearing a life jacket, and so obviously he is a man in a position of responsibility. I'm going to ask Bobby K to defend me on this one.
Hi, Brian Reading.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Hi.
Love you.
Love
I
you,
miss you, bro.
Brian.
I miss you, bro. All I know is that Ben's shop is how far of a drive from you, Rez?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. So 40 minutes, just under an hour and a half both ways. Throw 10 minutes in, you're going to stop in, say hi to Ben. So it's an hour and a half of your day gone just to go pick up coffee from one of your dearest people and probably the nicest barista, not only just in the UK, but in the world. That being said, you drove me just over 2 hours one way.
He wasn't there.
Oh. Sorry, hold on a second here. He was about
2.5 times the distance away from this.
20 minutes here. Hi.
I spent the whole time waiting. It was a 2-minute operation to just tighten my braces.
Fuck
Are you
Eric
serious?
Dyer.
Are you
Fuck Eric Dyer and fuck the dentist.
And then they just like came, took off the bands, reput the bands. They're like, I get up.
I want everyone in chat to boo Eric Dyer. Boo!
Boo!
Eric Dyer's getting booed. The guy's in pain. Fuck you lot.
Boo!
All right, just because he's in pain, we love Eric.
I've been paying watching Eric Dyer.
End of the year. Well, that's only 2 months.
Let's pretend that we love Eric Dyer just to make Big K a little bit happier.
No,
Can't be done.
no, I'm off. I'm
He's
off.
sat there
I'm
in
off now.
pain and you still won't do it.
I'm off.
Okay, you see, this is what I do. This is what I do. You know?
Padar's giving you some love. Just he's giving you some sympathy love.
Hang on a minute. Did Jay, instead of getting a I thought Jay got a balloon instead of a sticker, but it's Bobby's things hanging down from the Bobby's
My
balls
balls.
hanging down from his
Don't slap me, woman.
Yeah. That's
Don't
it.
slap me, woman. Mate.
Look at this fucking woman. Yeah,
Do
good
you
place to
mind?
spam. Yeah, stupid
What
ass.
slapping me for? What did I do?
Yes, yeah. You tried to
No,
make
you
Kim.
did.
You tried to make Kim say positive
You're
things
gonna
about
have
Eric
to, you're gonna have to take over
This
for
ain't
me.
She
wrong.
she could cross her fingers. She could have
No,
crossed her fingers.
no,
You could have
no,
crossed your fingers,
no.
but no. But no.
Get him, Kim. Get him,
Go
Kim.
outside if you want.
Get him.
That vent.
Get him, Kim.
My camera. My camera. My camera. Mine.
Okay, so you have to take over. No, put it on you. I gotta drive. So they got the debate. The current spot is that Rez went and bought decaf coffee because he had to make his future father-in-law Arthur tiramisu, which requires coffee, and he can't have it. So he went, being a good guy that he is, and went and took care of his future father-in-law. And Ben is upset because he didn't buy the coffee. He didn't buy the coffee company coffee. So he didn't support.
However,
Ben was not there to sell him the coffee.
4-hour drive away.
Ben, I'm not having this. They knew you were going away.
So-
and you could have done it before. Nonsense.
but
this
then
is
that's
absolute
like-
nonsense.
No,
It's a travesty.
Hold on,
against Ben.
He's
You're
weighing in.
slandering
He's
his
weighing in.
name.
Go ahead, son.
This is absolutely outrageous.
That's like, your girlfriend wants to have sex, and you're like, hey, wait, you're not available right now. I'm gonna just go do another guy.
No, Jay.
Yeah,
bear in mind,
exactly,
Jay,
Jay.
bear in mind,
Yeah.
Jay, bear in mind that every single other
What the hell did
person
you just say?
on screen at the moment said they hated Eric Dyer.
Oh, never mind. You're in the right.
Thank
You're
you.
in the right.
Oh,
If her
Jay,
boyfriend said
Jay.
she didn't like Dyer,
Got you.
Yeah, Little K's my favourite.
Little K is my favourite too.
Yeah, okay, different.
All right.
I win.
I don't know. You could just say Rez is your favorite.
yay!
To
Well,
Ben,
he's-
you could say
you two just like each other. The rest of us think Well, that's it. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah,
you
but
can tell
but
Rez
see,
is
I
the
your
tidied up
difference
the
is-
favorite.
kitchen when we had dinner there.
there you go.
I put the plates away.
And what do you want? What do you want? A sticker?
Yeah.
Right?
You can get one when
Right.
you go back to the dentist, Jay, because they didn't take your braces off.
No, they don't like me. They kind of just went in, said hi, they timed it, and then they kicked me out.
Bastards.
I got a. They complimented
You
my
didn't
shoes.
tell them that you was an
They
Eric Dyer
complimented
fan.
your
did you?
shoes.
Yeah, I think so, Kim. I think that was the issue.
Yeah.
He told him
Yeah.
he liked Eric Dyer.
I think so.
But either way, I'm right. Who's ranted and who hasn't ranted?
You
Kuva.
got a rant? Jay's got a
Kuva.
rant.
My teeth.
All right, Jay, rant.
Come on,
Jay, rant.
You can rant.
see
You
you
can
rant.
rant about how 3 visits in a row now these bastards have told you they're going to take your frigging braces off, and they keep screwing you over and booking another appointment. They're just squeezing money out of your dad, man.
But it's not out of me, and they're nice to me.
That doesn't help your rant.
They're nice
but
to
then-
me.
Bobby, take him out
See?
the car.
Yeah. So he's not just
Little
he's
K's my
smart as
favorite
well,
too.
right?
Now you guys know why Little K's
Smart
my
as well.
favorite.
Right? That's why he sided with me, because he's smart, right?
In it.
You guys are
He side,
dumb.
he
Yeah.
no, you have to
You're
say
dumb,
I the
Ben.
sided
Kuva,
with
should
you.
we go?
I'm
I
not
the
just-
sided
I'm
with you.
I
stupid.
decided with.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway,
Unbelievable.
Bobby, you can rant about Jay's dentist if you wish, but Jay,
Okay,
what
so
would you like to
I
rant?
want to know why these bastards have made 3 appointments in a row, giving my child false hope that all this metal is going to come out of his mouth and we can pass through metal detectors without having to get a cavity search. But no, here we drive to the other side of the damn city, and their appointments are always at like 4:30 or 5 during rush hour. So what should be a 20-minute drive ends up being about 40 minutes to an hour. Bastards. And then I get to pay for yet another visit.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
then, and then do you know what?
I don't care how you get to sleep in the car. Get a haircut.
No.
And I hate this fact that all these kids think it's cool to have an afro all of a sudden.
I
What
like
the hell
it.
is that? Like, what is that? What is that? I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
got chia pet in England, but that looks like a chia pet that's been watered with steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds okay. It's a what?
Get a
I know.
haircut.
I
You're
know,
just mad
who's,
'cause you're going
I,
bald.
know who, I know who's in charge of the dentist, Bobby.
Who is it?
You better
It's
talk to
Fucking
No.
bastard of Sanjay. Fuck
That's
you,
Pucker to
Sanjay.
Sanjay.
Ah,
Fuck
Oh,
you,
it's a Pucker to
Sanjay.
Sanjay. What's your doctor's name?
Ciao.
Dr. Chow? That is first name is probably Sanjay. Pucker to Sanjay Chow.
Sanjay.
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 Pucker to Sanjay for sure. I'm telling you, Sanjay Chow for sure. 100%. You're onto
Yep.
something there. That's it. Next time I'm
Yep.
going inside, I'm going to meet this so-called doctor.
He's nice to me.
There you go.
I don't care. Of course he's nice to you. You know how much he charges me?
Yeah, so why isn't he
A
nice
hooker
to you?
would be nice to you if she was billing me too. What's your point?
I'm not getting billed. I'm not getting billed.
God, you wait till
Hoover.
next year when you hit 18 and we go to the strip joint. You watch how nice those girls are going to be to you when daddy's.
Went to the strip joint?
Yeah.
You got turned 18. We have to. Just don't tell your mom. Yay!
Kuva, would you like to rant about
I'd rather watch
anything?
Dire
Oh
play.
shit! Hopefully, mom's not watching. Okay.
I don't think Mom watches.
What do you mean you'd rather watch Dyer play? You want to go
I'm
watch a
good.
League One game?
Actually, yes, I could rant about one thing. I
Yeah.
think this screen, despite my good friend Ben being here, has been far too heavily influenced by talk about coffee. What's wrong with tea?
Oh.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I
Nothing.
like tea.
You like
Then if
tea?
that-
I'm getting tea right now.
Kuva, I feel you there, buddy. That is
Ab-
a true
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
the point
I mean,
is, the point.
We,
the
look,
point
we,
here-
we even have a member here on the panel whose heritage gave us the wonderful substance that is tea. They gave us tea, they gave us curry, they gave us snooker.
There's two of us.
And we gave them cricket, we gave them flags, and we gave them colonialism, which is
we gave them imperialism and subjugation, and this is how they repay us.
Yeah.
And herpes. And lots of herpes.
Yeah. No.
So I think it's
Let me ask you this.
taken our
What I'll try
minds
and
off.
do, Kuva, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and get you to understand where the pain is, right? Let's say you have a nice, beautifully brewed cup of tea, right?
Not on you.
Perfect amount of milk in it, right? Like what Kim is preparing for me right now, right? Now, imagine that glorious drink that someone then adulterates by removing the caffeine and changing the cow milk for oat milk. How would you feel?
Well, clearly,
Savage.
I wouldn't go through with this process or have any part to do with it.
No, exactly. Ben, unfortunately, had no choice because this individual, let's call him individual for want of a better phrase, demanded
Sanjay.
that he take this brewed beverage and remove the caffeine and replace the cow milk with oat milk. That is the source of his outrage.
And heated the milk so hot that it would ruin the inside of his gullet, causing himself bodily harm.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would have taken the hit myself if I was in your position, taken a big mouthful of scalding hot milk just to enable the scenario where you can spit it in his face and say no.
This far, no further in the world.
But you can understand the outrage, right?
Well, it is only coffee
You
at
get
the end of the day. That's all I'm saying.
But you can understand the
Whoa, them fight words.
Look, I'm trying to build
Hey,
bridges
it's okay,
here.
Ben. Obviously, Kuba's in a bad mood today. First, he told me he
Look.
would call me back 10 minutes later. That was 9 hours ago, and now he's slagging you. Clearly, there's something. Kuba, what's wrong?
Wait.
Look, I'm
I
trying to
said
build
I'll call you
bridges
back in
here.
10 minutes, but you said after Ben's, no rush. I figure 8 hours later is definitely no rush.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, but I
trying to build.
meant Ben's stream today. Not
No,
Ben's stream from next Tuesday.
I'm trying to build bridges here, guys. I'm trying to build bridges here.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
hands across the water. Type.
Oh, yeah, taking more jobs off our boys, eh?
Yeah.
No, I'm not subcontracting it. I'm not subcontracting the bridge, right? I'm just saying. Kuva,
You started this, Rez.
You can understand where the pain comes from, can't you?
No.
It's only coffee.
No,
There
see,
you
you
go.
So when you went to buy the
You have
Rez,
yes.
when you went to buy your decaf coffee, did you have to drive over a bridge one of your people made? Just curious.
No. Thankfully, I didn't
okay.
because they're shit.
The coffee or the bridge?
I'll think of the beverage variety tonight. What Kim just said, I wish she would say it again, by the way. Kim?
Yes.
Kim probably doesn't remember.
It is only
Do you remember?
coffee.
Oh, she does remember.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
And I would have
Wow,
to
Ben, look at this,
in
mate.
vino
Look at
veritas.
this.
What?
Tell you what, I'm coming down
What?
with you, Ben. Fuck these three on the top row. They're absolutely in the wrong, in the mud.
Put yourself in front of the camera and acknowledge what you
Here we
did.
go.
Very
Look.
direct.
Acknowledge what you did.
Unbelievable.
She's just destroying all harmony. Destroying all harmony. You know?
Oh,
Anyway, Nick,
Kim just stabbed me in
Yes.
the back live in front of everyone.
before we get to your rant, Kuva, did you have a rant?
Fraud.
Did you have a rant, Kuva?
What do you want?
I don't feel I don't need to now. I think I've stuck up for the tea drinkers of the world. I think it was important.
Nick-
Yeah, waste. Yep.
Yeah.
Nick,
That's right.
Let's have your rant. Let's have your rant.
Well, first of all, I'm putting this up. Resist woke. Yeah? Because this is part of my rant. It all
Okay.
comes together. It comes together with the oat milk drinkers, the soya milk drinkers, the skimmed milk drinkers. What's wrong with fucking milk all of a sudden? It's like going off with Christmas, right? It's fucking November. It's not December.
Yes.
October is for Halloween. I'm just going to mute Bobby K. He's pissing me off.
Yeah, that's probably helpful. Yeah.
Halloween is in October. November the 1st. Oh, now we can talk about Christmas. No, we fucking can't because it's not December. November
right.
is for Diwali, and it is for what else have I missed? I don't want to
Fireworks
offend anyone.
night.
Fireworks.
Fireworks night. Yeah.
Fireworks night.
Remembrance
So we
Sunday.
tried to, blow up the Houses of Parliament, and we couldn't even fucking do that. So that's another brain of contention. Fireworks night, Diwali, and is November and Thanksgiving. Then December is Christmas. Obviously, other
can I pull you up? Can I just pull you up on the Thanksgiving one?
Interrupting me.
Thanksgiving. Okay, now I've got a rant now. I've got a rant. Go on.
Good. Then in December there is Christmas and other celebrations that other religions celebrate. Right. January is dry January, and it's miserable. And it's fucking dark, and no one goes out, and whatever. February is Valentine's, and then we can talk about Easter, right? I do not want to see fucking Christmas decorations in the shops in September. I do want to see fucking Easter eggs in the shops the day after Boxing Day, or even on Boxing Day. People need to fucking get on there. Kate, you had your fucking mug in October. You were drinking out your Christmas mug. This is absolutely outrageous. Why can't people stick to the months and the seasons and everything else? November is fireworks. There's fireworks this weekend. No one gives a shit if Mariah Carey is on a witch's broom and then she's fucking dressed as Mrs. Claus or whatever fucking hoe that she's dressed as this year, right? No one cares. And this is what pisses me off. The other thing that pisses me off, right? We can't say Merry Christmas. We have to say Happy Holidays. I don't give a fuck. It's Christmas time, so that's what we're going to say. We're not going to say Happy Holidays because we might offend somebody. We're not going to drink oat milk because it might offend someone. Everything in this world is now linked towards offending people, and if I've offended people in this rant, then I've done my fucking job, because that is the point, right? I don't give a I saw a post the other day about Halloween. Oh, what if the kids take all of the sweets out of the bucket outside? Is it because they've got sensory issues? No, it's because they're little fucking shits and they wanted to steal all the fucking sweets. Don't put a fucking label on it. Don't put anything on anybody. Just fucking get back to how it was 30 years ago, and everyone can enjoy the months of the year and what celebrations where people were celebrating through all of their faiths and all of their beliefs, and don't be fucking woke about it.
That was a party political broadcast on behalf of the United Kingdom Independence Party. No, I'm kidding. I actually agree with you. No, I agree with you. I do. I do agree with you. But hold on, it's my rant.
In a continuation of Nick's rant,
okay.
Hanukkah is not Christmas. No. Hanukkah is a celebration of ancient Judea when the Assyrian Greeks invaded the land of Judea and they desecrated the Jewish temple.
Yes.
And the Maccabees came down from Golan and they liberated Jerusalem. It's not fucking Christmas.
No.
Why the fuck have these multinational companies tried to make Hanukkah Jewish Christmas? We don't have Christmas in Judaism.
No, because you don't believe in a Christ.
No.
For a start.
All we believe in Christ is he was a random Jewish bloke from Judea, because that's where Jesus was from. He was from fucking Judea. All we know is there is a reason why every good Christmas song is written by a Jewish guy living in Los Angeles. It's because we quite like Christmas. Christmas is good. Don't take Hanukkah, which is a really lovely festival that we celebrate every single year, and make it Christmas, because they're two separate fucking entities.
Exactly, Ben. And
this is the American thing.
It's really lovely.
Right. Okay, I'm coming down on this.
Which is really lovely.
Exactly, Ben. So you should be able to say Happy Hanukkah. Is that the right right
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas. Not fucking Happy Holidays and throw everything in the fucking same bucket and just swirl it around.
I'm just gonna inject.
So anyway, like and subscribe. Where can we see you now?
No, shut up. I'm just gonna. Everyone silence. Okay, right. A few things. First off, in answer to your question, Ren, it is not
Ren.
Yeah, there's a person called Ren.
Oh, I see. So I thought you.
Yeah. Okay. In answer to your question, Ren, no.
Stimpy.
No, it's not actually illegal to say Merry Christmas here. However, there is this push to basically say that because not everyone celebrates Christmas, it is exclusionary to say Merry Christmas. Yeah. However,
Winter's vibe.
there is the counter argument in that the Daily Mail, which is one of those reactionary right-wing papers, tried to sell this idea that it was illegal to say Merry Christmas, and we were being forced to say Happy Winter's Mass or whatever the bollocks was. And it was a marketing plot. It's absolutely not true. There's no law here that says you can't say Merry Christmas. You can. You won't be prosecuted. Anyone who tries to prosecute or sue someone for saying Merry Christmas would have their case laughed out of court, right? It's just the zeitgeist of the time. In answer to what you're saying, Stuart, I don't have a problem with oat milk for those that are unable to drink milk because they are, as you say, lactose intolerant. However,
or just a bit gay.
However, there are lots of people out there who drink oat milk and soy milk and almond milk because they think that that lactose is bad for them when it isn't. We've been drinking milk. We are mammals after all. Yeah. So milk, there's nothing wrong with animal milk. It's fine for most humans. Some have an intolerance to lactose like yourself and therefore need oat milk.
Animal milk?
I do. And then on to my rant. Hang on.
What I would like to just say is, hang on, Rez. I would like to back that up with Stuart. I understand, but what I'm saying is like what Rez said. When we're at school, when we were younger, there was none of all of these things. Like everyone has to have a label. Everyone has to have. Oh, there's the oat milk drinkers. There's the vegans. There's the vegetarians. There's the fucking whoever the fucking next big thing's going to be. And people do it because they think it's fucking fashionable, not for the general people that actually have to do it. So that wasn't a thing. I don't want you to go and eat normal milk, drink normal milk, and then see what happens, because that would be irresponsible. Yes. But can we just stop fucking putting labels on everything and trying to ram things down people's throats and do things that are just absolutely make no sense and trying to justify it by coming up with some, I mean, look at that fucking nonsense Scientology or whatever that Tom Cruise was doing or whatever, and Madonna and then everything else. No one hears anything about it now. And it's just absolute nonsense.
No. Look, we've gone from progressiveness, which is right and proper and fine, to this situation in which the word offensive is actually used as a universal term, right? With the greatest respect to anyone who might be offended by something that another person says, I have the right to offend someone, right? You can't take away my right to offend, okay? Because that is essentially putting a controlling thing on my behavior. I will pay the consequences if I offend someone, whatever they happen to be. I don't like being offensive, and I certainly don't discriminate against anyone, because that's not how I am. That's not what our politics are. But I still defend people's rights to say what they want, even if it's the most disgusting, distasteful thing you've ever heard, right? Because what's the point of fighting discrimination and all of that stuff if you don't have the freedom of expression at the end of the day, right?
I like expressions.
I do as well, okay? Especially when he gets after a match and he does the thing. That's brilliant. Anyway,
Dem way there.
Dem way there, that's right, okay?
Rez, before you
my rant, I haven't done my rant yet.
I know you haven't done my rant. Let me just leave. I just got one thing to say before you can then go on to your rant and everything else. All I'm going to say is this. Vegans say they won't eat meat, but some of them still suck dick. I'll just leave it there.
Exactly. Right? That's all
Really?
fine.
There you go.
Really? I wouldn't go near
My
it.
rant. Now, it's November, okay? We have a festival, let's call it, here, and I'll come to you in a second, Jim. We have a festival here. It's called Bonfire Night, Guy Fawkes Night, something of those natures, right? It is a celebration of the survival of King James I from a plot to assassinate him by blowing up the Houses of Parliament while he was in attendance, okay? Thanksgiving is an American festival that is celebrated, and a Canadian one, they have it in October, is an American festival in which they celebrate colonials sharing food with Native Americans when they ran out of food. It didn't happen here. It had nothing to do with us here. It didn't exist here. There are no, as far as I'm aware, no indigenous Native Americans in this country. Stop celebrating fucking Thanksgiving in this country. If there are Americans and Canadians who want to join other Americans or Canadians and celebrate on their date, fine, absolutely fine. You're away from home, that's absolutely fine. It is not a British holiday. We should not be selling it, commercializing it, advertising it, marketing it, just so we can continue sucking the fetid phallus of the United States. Grow up, go to work, and stop fucking around with shit like Thanksgiving. That's my rant.
Wow, there you go.
Nick, just so you know, we're not even allowed to say happy holidays over here anymore.
Oh, really?
What do you say then?
Yeah. We're allowed. The only thing we're allowed to say is happy winter months. Welcome to the cold part of the year.
Shut
No
Bollocks.
way.
No,
It's
he's
not
talking out of his
true.
arse.
But in all seriousness, we are not allowed to say happy holidays or Merry Christmas, nothing when we're at work.
Let me ask you, how many people in the United States celebrate Guy Fawkes Night?
3.
Exactly. Why the fuck are we celebrating an American holiday?
Rez,
No,
do
I
you know
never
what?
even knew you celebrated Thanksgiving.
When I said to Bobby Kay last night, I think it was last night or the night before, I said, "Oh, we're going to fireworks night," and Bobby Kay looked at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Sorry?
I had no idea what he was talking about.
I said, "I'm
No,
taking
he's
the
telling
kids
me
to
you're going
fireworks."
Sunday
I said, "I'm
night
taking the
fireworks,
kids to
right?"
Fireworks this weekend. He was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, even here.
I thought it was for Diwali. I was like, Diwali's not till next weekend.
Yeah.
See, there are significantly more people from the Indian subcontinent here than there are United Americans or Canadians. So you can understand there is enough of a thing for there to be a market to market too. But this is trying to it's like Black Friday. Black Friday is a thing here.
Racist.
Black Friday is essentially the day after American Thanksgiving, where all the shops in the United States have massive sales, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing for us here for that. And yet we've got Black Friday over here now.
You guys don't have Cyber Monday? After Black Friday is Cyber Monday now, right? That's the online deal.
Yeah, because of America. Yeah.
Black Friday sales have already started here.
We'd like to celebrate a holiday that has nothing to do with us. We're not celebrating anything that's related to our history over here.
And
we brought in something that doesn't apply to us either.
And one of the things that's really bad about Black Friday in the United States in particular is they have fights with each other over like television.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look,
bringing that
Black Friday week is coming.
I have a solution to this. In America, when Black Friday arrives, they all have to take the knee while they do their shopping.
Absolutely.
Well,
anyway,
I think I'm quite entitled to celebrate Thanksgiving over here if I want to.
Why is that?
Because I will be tucking into my turkey and roast potatoes and thanking Tesco's for bringing it.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. Will the Tesco employee be with you when you're tucking into it?
Always.
Well, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's a great lad.
Yeah. Does he pay for half of it?
No. Pays for all of it.
Do you give him disease?
He pays for all of it. That's fine.
Do you
That's
give
okay.
Do you give him
That is in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
There we are. See.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have happened.
It might have.
No, I don't know anybody called Mike.
Yes, you do. What about Mike?
I forgot.
Mike's first of America.
I know a Mike Hunt.
Yeah.
We know.
Is that your ex-wife?
Do you though?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Anyway. So I don't know if you guys are aware. Are you aware?
I knew a Mike Pike, and I used to call him Michael Pikeall.
Oh, right. No, he knew someone called Mike Pike, and he called him Michael Pikeall. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I don't know if are you aware? I'm aware that on Monday we've got a game. Are you guys aware? Are you aware? Are you aware?
Are you going to boo Poch?
Well, we've already had that discussion.
Oh, right,
You
okay.
weren't here for that.
Okay.
You needed to stay rather than go out and have fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. You know, you decided then rather than stay here and talk to us a bunch of times, you'd go out and have fun with your best friend.
Wait, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, was Kim hanging out with Boobies Magoo again?
Yep.
Tell Boobies I said hi.
So Chelsea score predictions, guys. Let's go round. Kuva, seeing as you're in the co-host chair at the moment, you can go first.
Well, clearly we're going to win 7-3.
Okay.
Who's going to get the goals?
Everybody that's left after the sending.
Oh, is it going to be that kind of game?
I think so. I'd like to think so.
So 4
Definitely.
sendings off for us and 8 for them.
Yeah, I think that'd be quite an exciting watch, wouldn't it?
That would be a very exciting watch.
And if all of the sendings off were actually incorrect VAR decisions.
Yes.
And they all took so long that the game lasted 6.5 hours.
I love that. I'd love that. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I like
so
that game.
Kuva's going with 7-3. Benji,
Yes.
we're seeing you tomorrow.
Yes, you are.
Yay!
And then Kim can explain the phrase "it's only coffee" to you directly.
I don't like coffee.
Are you going to buy a takeaway coffee on your way there, Rez?
After deeply offending me and stabbing me in the back.
There you go.
114-0.
114-0? You think we're going to lose that badly?
Yeah, we're going to win that. Well, we're going to be very good.
Okay. Excellent.
Isn't it
How about
amazing?
114-0, but all of the goals are under VAR review and all get given in the final minute?
Yes.
That would be good. That would be good. I've got a supplementary question that we'll come to after everyone's predictions. Nick, what's your prediction?
2-1 Spurs.
Excellent. Who's going to get the goals?
That's a shit prediction.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
a shit prediction.
Sort yourself out.
Yeah.
This is fucking shelf-side Spurs show.
Exactly.
Right,
It's bollocks.
Your face. Nick, what's your prediction?
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Correct.
There
Correct.
you go. Bobby, what's your prediction?
I think, they're coming off that massive win over the powerhouse that is Blackburn. They're going to be pumped up. Poch is going to have them ready. It's going to be a really, really tight game. 5-1.
Excellent.
Spurs.
Fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
Supplementary
Richie hat
question.
trick.
Okay, sorry. Kim,
Yes.
what's
Hi.
your prediction?
I'm glad you asked, actually. I think it's going to be 3-1. 2 goals for Sonny and 1 for Brennan Johnson.
Fantastic.
What a shit prediction.
I'll see you about that tomorrow, Sonny Jim.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Right. Supplement. Oh, look at the cute. Look at the cute. Look at the cute.
like a 3-year-old. He's in the car for 5 minutes and falls asleep. He always does. He's hilarious.
So, question. Here's a supplementary question.
What's the point of Chelsea?
What is the point of Chelsea? That's the first supplementary question. Kuva.
Simple. Oh.
Okay, no, Bobby, you can go first. That's right. Go on, Bobby, you go first.
Simple, because you can't have, there's a yin and the yang. It creates balance in the world. So you can't have love without hate. So we love Tottenham.
Yeah.
We have to have things to hate.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. Nick,
So it's about
what's the point
balancing.
of Chelsea?
There's no fucking point.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's valid.
The cough. What is the point of the Chelsea? No, what is the point of Chelsea scum?
Well, you can't just piss on the floor. So sometimes you need a vestitude of pissing. So that's why you need a toilet. And Chelsea
That's a good
is
point.
that vestitude of toiletture. So
That's very true.
you need something to piss in.
Ben
That's
with the
true.
fancy words.
I like it. Kuva, what's the point of Chelsea?
I think, contrary to popular belief, I don't drop the C-bomb very often. Chelsea are there to enable me to just say, "What a bunch of cunts."
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Bravo! Bravo!
Hey, wake up and clap.
So my second supplementary question, which is more likely in your view, or which is less likely, that we will get a win against Chelsea? I'm not saying it can be both. I'm just saying if you had to choose one, which is more likely? You have to choose one. Winning against Chelsea or winning against Villa? Just as an indication of how good each side is.
Well, in times you're right, probably
Chelsea-
Chelsea you are far more likely to lose against, and Villa far more likely to win against. However, in this strange, brave new world, Chelsea are really shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Villa are pretty good. So everything's all topsy turvy.
So you would say that if we could only get one win, it would be more likely to come against Chelsea than
Yeah,
that.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what everyone else thinks?
Yeah, Chelsea is shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just a crazy scenario. We're clearly winning both.
Oh, no, of course, no. But I'm just saying that if the laws of probability dictated that we could only win one, which would be the more likely in your view?
Chelsea.
This season now.
We're beating Chelsea. They haven't fixed themselves yet. They've still got big problems, and they will see how their Pochettino press isn't as good as Big Ange's press. I think we are going to dominate them. With us at home especially, they keep saying about, it's 3-point lane and things like that. They've actually got a really bad record coming to our place. It is really bad.
Yeah.
So history is with us. Momentum is with us. Big Ange is with us. And we've got a Sonny, and they haven't.
Brilliant.
They can unstuck themselves.
There we
Plus, they're
go.
a bunch of cunts.
They're a bunch of cunts. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fucking cunts.
So, that, ladies and gents, is our show. Let's go around. Bobby K first, even though you were late.
Hello.
The Bobby the
Hello.
K. Where can we find you next?
On the Three Spurs Boys, we'll be on Saturday night. A little bit of an earlier show. We're going to have to start an hour earlier, Cooves. That's why I was trying to get a hold of you. So now you know.
I spotted that
And,
already, mate.
yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, so that'll be back Saturday night. We got the boys from Tottenham on tour joining us, so should be a little bit of football content and some laughs. And it's alive. You want to say bye-bye?
Hey.
Bye, everybody.
Welcome back.
Hi, Jay.
You were as sleepy as Eric Dyer
Make
at
sure
the
you say hi to
corner.
Brian. Say hi, Brian. Brian reading.
Kuva, that's really unfair. Kuva, that's really unfair. He's as
Bye,
sleepy as Eric Dyer is at the
Brian.
beginning of a match.
Fair enough.
The Kuva 99, where can we find you?
Funnily
Bring a
enough,
chair back, dummy.
I will also be on Coup and the Gang on Saturday night.
Yes.
With
Other than that,
with my gorgeous tea drinking companion, Bobby K. We'll invite some coffee drinkers on, of course. They're welcome. They're okay, but
At least
it will
one.
be,
At least one.
we will be controlling the caffeine outbursts, or not, because
yeah.
let's face it, the Coup and the Gang is basically a continuation of this show, but with a few different games in it.
Yeah.
Will you be finally putting the tin lid, actually finding an answer to the age-old question of whether or not a Kit Kat is a chocolate or a biscuit?
Well, it's
Oh,
not
that's
really a
been
question,
solved
is
here.
it?
Yeah.
There's
Why
truth
is it
and
not
there's denial.
No, it's a
Why is
state
it not
of
a
mind.
question?
It's a state
Why
of
isn't it a
mind.
question?
Because it's so clearly a biscuit.
So is it a biscuit?
It'd be interesting
Well,
to see
okay. Let me put it this way. I will
That's a
answer
good
the
point.
question. I will answer the question with a further question.
Right.
What did you say?
Is Twix a biscuit or a chocolate?
Yes,
A chocolate bar.
biscuit.
Right. What do you think?
I think it's in this case. I agree. It is not a biscuit.
It is not
It's
a biscuit.
2 biscuits because it's 2 bars, isn't it?
Ah,
Yeah, you
so
want
is it
this.
Kit Kat
Tell
or
him.
biscuit?
Fuck off,
Yeah,
Cooper.
yeah. You
Is
thought
it
you were going
Kit
to win
Kat
that
or
one.
biscuit?
No. Denied.
Drug bum.
You look at your VAR for that one. You're still going to find biscuit written all over it.
Question. Is a Kit Kat 4 biscuits in that
It'll be
case?
2 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, guys. I'm gonna let you wrap up with Big K here. I just gotta grab something from the shop here. So when you're done,
Okay,
you can talk to the
that's
boys
cool.
a bit. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah.
So,
Yes,
question.
Have a
I've got
great
a
night,
question.
everybody. Bye, chat.
Everybody.
Okay, you carry on.
See you, Sally.
So Kim made a very interesting point. She said it would be interesting to see a Venn diagram of those that believe Kit Kats are a biscuit, those that believe Kit Kats are a chocolate, tea drinkers and coffee drinkers, and sort of see where the overlaps of them are. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Or would it?
No.
No.
No, it wouldn't, but it
No,
would
actually,
be
no,
interesting.
I think it would be. I like Venn diagrams. They're fun.
I
Very,
prefer
very cool.
the Venn diagrams.
I like to do Venn diagrams in the snow sometimes.
Yeah.
When
They're
when
always
we
fun.
don't go any further than that.
They're always fun. Big K,
Talk to Big K.
Big K, where
Yeah?
can we find you?
3 Spurs boys.
When?
Will you be awake?
What?
Yeah.
I haven't a clue. I will.
You can
go
find
on
Kay in
video
the
to work
local
on it.
cinema. No, that was a different.
I
That
think
was, that
next
was,
week,
that was
Wednesday.
Kate and Jim's son in the cinema, wasn't it? the other night?
Next week, Wednesday. The Cough. When can we? Where and when can we find you?
You can find us in 2 places tomorrow. You can find us tomorrow on Tottenham on Tour, early, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for Cockle Doodle Doo with myself and a couple of guests where we will talk about Le Chelsea, the game, as we like to know. And then you can then find me at 2 p.m. with the Kim and the Rez on the coffee after Fridays at the Coffee Company, where we will probably have some laughs. Kim and I will have to have a talking to because she's tried to break my heart tonight. We will have to have a heart-to-heart conversation.
No, Ben, no, I love you. I'm not breaking your heart.
You know,
She hates coffee. She didn't even eat my tiramisu. She hates coffee. Sorry.
she's trying to break my heart and my spirit.
Yeah.
So
No.
she might.
She is the personification of evil and chaos, though. So.
Yeah. So I will need to have a talking to with Kimber tomorrow afternoon. But you can find us on the Coffee Company at 2 p.m. the usual time, and we will probably have some laughs.
Are you going to stream that talking to? I think you should hold off on the talking to until the stream and do it live.
We should do it live
We
intervention.
will have myself and Kimber will have a private conversation.
No. It's got to be in public. I think live.
Yeah,
on stream.
one-to-one live intervention.
Yeah, I'll be the interviewer. I'll be the moderator between you. Okay, she's just measuring my head for my coffin.
Yeah.
Nick, where can we find you?
Again with a coffin. Oh, coffin. Yeah, right.
Coffin. You can find me here next week because I think I'm gonna have a weekend off.
Excellent. Are you going to
yeah.
sleep?
No,
you gonna sleep
I've
at all?
got the little shits all weekend, so yeah.
Shit.
The
That's
YouTube
a major
Slayer,
problem.
YouTube Slayer is back.
That is a major problem.
Yeah.
That is a major problem. Anyway, thank you to all of the guests who have turned up today. Those that are still here, those that have left, those that have arrived and left. And as always, a big thank you to everyone in the chat.
We're so sorry for what you've seen.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. We like doing this to people. We're fuckers. So a big thank you to Coover, Norman Stanley Fletcher, Roy, Lily White Lane, Andy G, Mark Cousins, Chris Peters, Alan Sibley, Lisa O, Who's News, Carl Higgins, Stuart727, Paddy Hartnett, Flight Wayne, Ren, Dave Raybold, Phil, Come On You Spurs, Antonios Vorias, Luke, Averman, Jacob, Danny, Daniel E, Dunkelstalk, Graham, Alpesh Patel, Jim, Kate, Bobby K, Paul Brown, The Cough, Mia, Steve D, Ian Setwick, Leo, Daniel Sandoval, Proud to be a Geordie, Bill, and Scott Hyman. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Please do like, subscribe, and comment. It really does help us. We're trying to get up to 2,000. So like us, comment, go and tell your friends to drop us a sub. It doesn't matter if they want to watch or not. Just drop us the sub.
Do a pity subscription.
A pity subscription will be very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Do also please join us next week, 7:30 Thursday. Oh, Kuva, you had a point.
Just a very quick one. It's just a bit of concern for the viewers. I noticed there's still about 20 people who are watching this stream, and I'd just like to ask, is everything okay at home?
Yeah.
Good.
Do please join us next week, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. for more Shelfside Spurs Show. Do like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
Leaving out.